everybody, and welcome to the Giggle Time podcast for January 30th, 2023. I'm your host, Rogers Bass, and joining me, of course, I've got my co-host, the one, the only, Shofu. What is going on, Shofu?
What's good, Gangaroo? How you doing, bruh?
What?
I'm a little sad, honestly, because you weren't able to join me at Disney this past weekend. I was really looking forward to hanging out with you.
Ditch.
And I'm sad that you weren't there, Shofu.
What the fuck you mean, Ditch? Did I commit to going? Did I say I was going, Fidel? Is that what I said? No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. No.
You implied it.
I implied it. Listen, man, ain't no implying. If I was going, I would have said I'm going. Simple as that.
Well, while I'm still doing introductions, I want to save you for last, Fidel, because we have a lot of things to discuss. There are two other people I want to talk about. If you've been paying attention to the YouTube channel and watching the Best of Japan Time
bro,
episode,
this Sonic song is going to make me lose my fucking mind.
There's actually something that I used to say in all of the old episodes of Japan Time. I used to call the following two people the Triforce of Awesome. And so after Shofu, I would introduce Zeph. What's going on, Zeph?
Hi.
And following Zeph's introduction, I would also introduce the one and only Mr. Ricky Cocaine. So there we go. All right. So as that special, I wanted to make sure to, for anyone who isn't watching the Best of Japan Time episodes on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Japan Time Podcast, make sure to check those out. Get those views up. Helps us in the algorithm. Greatly appreciates it. And one quick thing I want to do. Before I introduce anybody else, I have to give a very, very special shout out to the alternate universe Virum right now. Virum W, and that is Tito. What is going on, Tito? Tito, you've requested to be introduced early. So I want to know what you're cooking.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying? Everybody else here, but hold it down because everybody, y'all cool, y'all always here, fuck Ricky and all that shit. But guess what? Today, I need some V's in the chat because my nigga Virum got the hugest dub of all time, bro, recently. So everybody clap it up for Virum, bro. That's really my dog for real. When he wins, we win. You feel me? Let me get that applause in the chat. You feel me? Because I'm really here to gas up my boy Virum, my second favorite commentator. You feel me? Go ahead, Virum. You take everybody else's time to do your shit, bro. Talk your shit, bro. Go ahead, Virum. Go ahead, bro.
Thank you, brother. Okay. Okay. No, Ricky, give me some good music.
Hold it down.
Give me something strong. Give me something majestic.
Let's hear it.
That's cool too.
Make it quick. Hurry up. Come on. All right.
Hello?
That's fine. No, that's too intimidating.
Fine.
That's too intimidating.
Summoning Satan.
Okay.
I need something jovial and triumphant and fun.
What the fuck is going on?
And you feel the sunshine.
This is murder discussion song.
Whatever. All right.
Okay.
All right, lovely folks in the chat. Now, 3 years ago, a little game came out, very dear to my heart. It's called Granblue Fantasy Versus.
Right.
Came out in March 2020.
Uh-huh.
And right as it came out, the pandemic struck. It raised the world. It changed the landscape of online fighting games forever. No longer were delay-based netcode games tolerable. And this hit poor old Granblue Fantasy Versus. And for 3 years, almost 3 years, that game has been under the radar. It's had its tight-knit little community, still playing the game. It made its way onto the EVO stage, 500 entrants, a respectable showing. But now the time has come. Ever since last week, we got a grand announcement. More than anyone could ever hope for.
Right.
We got the announcement of Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising. And what is in Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising, you may ask?
Luffy.
We got new characters. We got new stages. We got new content. We got new story. But most of all, we got rollback and crossplay, baby. We're fucking winning out here. Let's fucking go. Granblue Fantasy Versus forever, baby.
That is a dub.
Can I ask a question?
Congratulations, Virum.
Fire away, Zeph.
Why is he blue now?
Because he's Granblue.
Crit!
Like, what? Why is he? What's?
It's a powered up state in Granblue that Gran gets occasionally. They haven't really explained it at all.
Crit!
He's just like a super powerful version of the main character, basically.
Hey, V's in the chat, bro. V's in the I need to see hella V's in this chat right now, bro.
Yeah, his
Stop
super.
fucking playing with me.
It looks like they're giving him a super where he uses it.
Well, while we're on the topic of talking about characters that are blue, I want to introduce another Sonic fan that's in the chat right now. We got McDareth, of course. Blue.
Let's go. I get it.
Very blue today.
Very blue today after that Japan Time meeting we just had. But you know what? Things are going to get better.
What is
going to get better for you.
Go watch the best of episodes while you can. Because
I'm saying I was doing my best to plug. And you know what?
Watch them while you
somebody
can.
else in here.
You won't see them again.
Exactly, that's right. And someone else who's in here, that's exactly right. It's going to stay that way. Someone else who we definitely want to introduce is someone who is near and dear to my heart. And the reason I want to introduce him right now is because recently, in the past year, he's been making content related to E3 that I have been greatly enjoying. And I am very sad to say that with the announcement today that Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft will not be attending this year's E3, I want to pour one out for my good buddy Rocket Station, a.k.a. the former editor of the podcast, a.k.a. Mike. Welcome to the podcast, Mike.
It's a very emotionally charged episode.
Because I love that content of yours. Going back, rewatching those episodes, reacting to things, it's nostalgic, and I'm going to miss it. I'm sad that the best
I'm gonna
of
miss
times
it too.
is now behind us. So
You know, speaking of E3, why did you quote retweet the E3 tweet from 4 months ago?
Oh, because I wasn't reading and I'm stupid. That's why. Speaking of someone else who doesn't read and is stupid, Coast, what's up?
Oh my
Yo,
god.
what's up,
Oh my
chat?
God.
Jesus Christ.
YouTube viewers. Yo, what up, gamers? Twitch.tv/Coast now. We up there making moves.
There we go. That's actually amazing that you got Twitch.tv.
It's actually amazing that you insulted me within the first 10 minutes of the show.
Well, I'm sorry.
Watch your
That was
neck
actually-
next time.
I'm sorry.
It's not
I
safe
apologize. I apologize because actually that was cooking for someone else who I realized we have something else planned for. That specific thing about not being able to read and being stupid, that was meant for Fidel. But unfortunately, there's other people we have to introduce before we put him on trial for the dastardly thing that he said on stream that I will never recover from. I cannot believe these words came out of your mouth, and I will make for damn sure that by the end of this episode,
hold
your
it down.
soul is eviscerated.
Hold
from
it down.
existence.
Court is not
We
in
have other
session.
people- we have
Court
other
is
people-
not in session.
We have other people that I need to introduce first, and that is Warchamp 7. Welcome to the show, Warchamp 7. Happy to have you here.
Hello, it's good to be here.
Now, because I've introduced everybody, we can cook Fidel. Can we
Safe.
please have this courtroom music, please? Tito, go on.
Here we go.
Bro, sitting
Too
next to
loud,
me,
bro.
guys.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening.
Hi.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Your Honor, Rogers Base, may I please approach the bench?
I'm here, Your Honor. What's up?
All right, I'm the lawyer. You don't call me Your Honor. Your Honor.
I don't think you say
whatever.
what's up in a courtroom either.
I'm saying whatever
I
I
mean,
feel like.
you could.
I'm
It's
the
his
person-
court, bro.
I'm the person
It's my
who
right.
a wrong was done to. That was me.
Oh,
This is the
right, right.
you're the
No, you're right.
Right, please.
Now, the venerable and honorable Shofu now presiding.
What's good, brother?
Your Honor, I'm here on behalf of the defendant here, or the plaintiff,
That's
excuse me.
That's Rogers Base, that's right.
As the charges bring up, once again, you see Fidel here in the courtroom, Mr. Games Cage.
Yes.
I would like to show the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, people of the chat, Exhibit A, and really the only piece of evidence that I really need to, this is an open and shut case, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you guys could go ahead and play
This is
this for the
Just
court,
play
please.
this
What's
clip.
this?
Rick, can we kill the music, please? Can we kill the music, please? Thank you, production. If we could go ahead and play this for the jury, thank you very much.
What did you do? The Roger at Disney? Bro, I fucked his body. All right? Cold. He is not even alive anymore.
You said what?
What?
You did what?
No, Your Honor. For those, no, hold on.
What did he
production,
say?
once again. No, production. If we could cut the music one more time, Your Honor. If we could go ahead and play that one more time, please. Just for those who might be in attendance. Yeah, just for those who might be in attendance who might be hard of hearing. If we could go ahead and play that.
Let me turn it up. Let me turn it up all the way.
Yeah, if you could just go ahead and turn up the volume just a smidge. Thank you.
No, I'm turning
Thank
it
you.
max
Go ahead.
volume. Max volume.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Disney? Bro, I fucked his body. All right? Cold. He is not even alive anymore.
You said what? How?
There is nothing you can say. to that.
What is good with you, buddy?
The thing that I truly don't understand is I went to Disney, met with you.
Wait, no,
met with
Mr. Rogers
Aru,
Base, could you
met
please
with
approach the stand,
Omega.
please? Could you please approach
I'm
the stand,
here
please?
already. I'm
Okay, thank
already
you.
at the
All
stand.
right, go ahead.
All right.
Tell us what happened, Mr. Rogers Base.
I thought We had a nice, lovely day at Disney.
We did.
Right.
You were there, Aru was there, Omega was there,
Absolutely.
Adam was there with his wife Stephanie. We had a good time.
Yes.
There were like 6 of us walking around Disney. It was great. Okay, the whole day, I kept being abandoned. All right, you guys went on the Rise of the Resistance ride without me.
Okay.
And then you got Noodles without me the next day.
Yes.
You then spent the majority of your time gawking, salivating, simping over Aru. Didn't even spend any time talking to
In the courtroom. Go ahead. The witness is speaking.
I was simply trying to have a good time with my friends. I was having a good time with my friends, right? And I thought we had good times on the Incredicoaster. We had good times on the Guardians ride. We even did the single rider version of Incredicoaster. We did the Jumpin' Jellyfish, which was the greatest ride I've ever experienced at Disney. Everything. So imagine my shock when I'm streaming Genshin Impact this morning, and one of my viewers donates to me and says, "I can't believe that you're alive right now. Are you a ghost?" I said, "What are you talking about?" And they link me to this clip of you saying you are desecrating my body at Disney.
Now,
what is this?
Mr. Rogers Base, just for the benefit of everyone, just for the benefit of everyone else in the court as well as the jury, are you currently alive?
I am very much alive and well.
Okay, perfect.
This man is slandering my good name.
Perfect. That'll be all. We would like to bring Fidel up to the stand, please.
Explain yourself, buddy.
Can I ask him something?
Ask him something.
Mr. Games Cage, if you could go ahead and just describe once again, from your perspective, the events of the date in question, and also specifically what your intentions were when actually making the statement in question in which we just played the evidence.
Okay, so we were at Disney. We were hanging out. At some point, Roger drinks a drink, you know? He's having a good time. And then
it was the guava whiskey drink specifically. It was very
good. He was for the benefit of the jury. It was guava whiskey for the benefit of the jury.
Go ahead,
it was guava whiskey. So he drinks that. He starts getting all loosey goosey. And this dude, we're going on Incredicoaster. You know what he tells me? He's like, "God, dude, I would love to kill you right now with a baseball bat." Just unprompted. He just threatens my life.
I know you're my witness, but objection, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay. Objection, Your Honor. I know he's my witness, but objection.
I'm just letting him cook.
Overruled. He spoke for all of us.
This sounds unbelievable. I would like to hear where this is going.
You dead said this just unprompted as we're walking into Incredicoaster. I'm like, Roger, you cannot just blatantly threaten my life, and you're just like, no, I mean it in a friendly way. Like, I just love to kill you right now. Like, just get a bad. Just
again, objection here.
So y'all both on some bullshit. Okay.
Now, Your Honor, my last piece of evidence.
No.
My co-counsel Zeph. Yes, please. If you have a question for the defendant, go ahead.
I don't have a question. It's just the fact that we have proof of Fidel saying that he fucked Roger's body, and there's no proof of anything.
Now,
Fidel is
I
saying.
agree.
Actually, I do have proof though of them being mean to me. If you will please notice a few pieces of evidence that were linked in the podcast chat. Could you please pull these up? Let me explain what's going on in these clips. So this first clip is Adam, Aru, and Omega eating noodles after I blatantly said that all I wanted to do that first night was to get noodles from the noodle stand.
That's fucked up.
New Year at Disneyland.
Let me play this on stream real quick.
Noodles without me.
All right, hold on. Let me play
and then rubbed it in my face and sent me a video. Could you please play that first video, that Trim AA?
I'm playing it right now.
Production, if we could go ahead and cut the music now for the benefit of the jury, Mr. Games Cage, could you please confirm that you did?
Oh no! They said, bro, Tito. They said, noodles in unison, bro.
No.
In unison.
We're going to play this now, Mr. Games Cage. Could you please confirm that you did indeed consume noodles with the knowledge that Mr. Rogers Base was looking forward to this particular? Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and play the evidence.
He shared the noodles.
Okay, if you go ahead and play the evidence.
Look at this fucking guy gorging his goddamn face. Look at her over there. Look how evil she fucking looks in this picture right now. She look like a whole David eating them noodles, bro. This is fucked up.
You know, Your Honor, may I quickly interject with something?
Please.
You know, I find it strange how, after all this time, after all of these, combined juries, that Fidel is still here. How is he not behind bars?
No,
I think that is.
We gotta get there. We gotta get there. We gotta get there. There's a whole investigation right now.
Now I have one final piece of evidence.
What's the second video? Hold on. What's the second video?
No. If we would like to show the second video, let's go ahead. Roger, Mr. Bass, if you could please to go ahead and elaborate on the events in the second video.
The second video was recorded upon seeing the first video that was shown regarding the noodles. If you could, that's it. That's all you need to know. That's it.
I just feel like this fella's built a bit.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
I am alive and well. All right. I'm alive and well.
So you didn't do it. So there's no corpse.
I didn't.
Right.
So, no, exactly. and as you can see, I was in my home. So for him to imply that he's desecrating my body in Disney is just foul.
But I did.
But you,
isn't Disney supposed to be the happiest place on earth?
Yeah, and literally,
why are you doing these?
We have images. I have so many images from Disney of everyone just hanging out and being friendly, and I don't understand where this vitriol is coming from you saying just horrendous things. I mean, this is honestly, I was sickened. I was sickened when I was doing my Happy Little Genshin stream today, and someone links me this.
It's okay, Mr. Rogers Bass. It's okay. You can cry. It's okay. It's okay. I know it's okay.
I don't understand.
It's okay. It's okay, Mr. Bass. Now thank you.
Like, look at these photos. We had a good time.
Mr. Bass, I want you to know that we applaud your bravery today.
It's just.
We applaud your bravery today.
All right, hold on. Let me see this shit real quick.
I'm disgusted.
I think he would do this.
Hey, chat, rate the fence. Hey, chat, rate the fence, bro. Hey, chat, rate the fence, bro.
Roger went as far as to hang out with you while you were wearing fucking jeans on your back, and you do this to him.
Rate the fence.
No.
This is 0 out of 10.
Fidel dressed up like the first day of high school, bro. What the fuck?
Come on. No.
But he dressed up like the first day of high school in like 1975.
Come on.
That's the last piece of evidence, Tito. I have more evidence. I have more evidence.
Now, why? Hold on. Why are we like? Why?
Let me check, man. I don't think not a single one of y'all got a good pair of shoes on, bro.
Come on,
I don't know, bro.
I was on call while you were there.
Oh no, bro. Why Roger standing like this too? By the way,
yeah, Roger, why are you?
He's standing like Tommy Pickles, bro.
Get him!
Oh my god!
Now, the last piece of evidence that I will present here is just damning, Your Honor. If we could go ahead, if you could go ahead and check the personal messages here.
Yeah.
No.
Roger, we got him, bro. We got him.
I have more. Look at this.
This is clear.
We got him, bro.
I want to show.
We fucking got him, bro.
I want to show this image. That
now, Your Honor. No. Hold it down. Mr. Games Kid, could you please go ahead and describe what's going on in this photo, please?
Right. So I killed her, and I just wanted to get rid of the body, and I thought I didn't think I'd get caught, so I just thought.
Incrimination, goddamn.
If I may interject, that is not my body being carried there. That is someone else.
Shit.
Wait.
That is not me.
No, I understand that, Mr. Bass. What
That
we're
is
saying
Aru.
is, we understand that it is Aru, and because of that, Your Honor, we have multiple accounts of just being a dick, trash fit. Clearly attempt at murder.
Wait, hold on. Wait, he got the pandas on though. He might have done something today.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. Hold on.
We have a murder, attempt at murder. You know what I'm saying? A felony level of just trash behavior all around. Wearing jeans on his back.
The last thing she saw was Guardians of the Galaxy.
And more than not, again, Fidel just again. Being himself in public is just a misdemeanor crime in and of itself. So, Your Honor, we as the plaintiff here motion for the maximum sentence, and I believe I rest my case, Your Honor. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Thank you very much.
Now hold on. I just need. What made you say these things, Fidel? What made you put those words?
That was the question that I wanted to ask.
What made you put those words together in a singular sentence?
I don't
but
understand.
you've known me for 3 years. How are you still asking me?
You've never said anything like that in your life ever.
Similar to that to me ever in my life. If you would have said that to my face,
you said you fucked his body, bro. I've never heard you say you fucked somebody's body cold.
New body.
It was 1,000% Aru's fault, though. I know you would have never said that if not for her. She's a real demon.
You're
It's
correct.
true. Yeah, that's her fault. It's true.
Look at him instantly. Yo, what? That's your man's, bro. That's crazy. He instantly agreed with me, bro. You're not shit. I wasn't even serious, bro.
Your Honor, we have a developing case. We have a developing
Whoa. Are you in the chat? No. Don't say what the fuck in all caps like you not the reason he said that weird ass shit to Roger, all right? I heard this. I be hearing the shit you be saying to Fidel.
Your Honor, this is an emergency.
She's the 13th member now. She should be in this right now.
No.
Your Honor, if we could
secure
the safety of the defendant and the plaintiff, we have a developing case right now. We understand the current location of one Aru right now. I do believe that Fidel Games Cage may be under duress.
That's what I'm saying. So you telling me Fidel is saying I fucked his body cold if not for Aru's fucking influence?
She's not in the call right now. How do I know that's actually her and not Fidel?
I have multiple proofs of her saying.
Don't type anything. Don't type anything, Aru, in the next like 10 seconds if it's, you know what I'm saying? Like if you need help. Don't say anything. If you don't say anything in the next 10 seconds if you need help. I'm gonna count. Ready? 1, 2,
don't
3,
count. Listen,
4,
man.
5.
Count
6,
on this.
10.
I'm getting Fidel out of here. Count on that. And look, I'm not saying that you said that to Fidel. I'm saying
I have footage.
Oh, you have footage. Interesting development.
I have plenty of clips of Aru threatening my dead
But
body.
all I'm saying is I don't think Fidel even gets to that ever in his life without some type of influence from your demon ass in the chat down there, right? That's all I'm saying.
There's no way Fidel. There's no way Fidel puts those words in that order and
That's
says
what I'm
them out
saying.
loud. If Aru doesn't say the words that she says in that order and then puts them out loud, there's no way.
I'm not saying he directly got that from Aru. I'm saying his mind is in that place because of her. That's what I'm saying.
So she a freak too.
She just a bad influence on my man's, bro. That's all I'm saying.
So that's your man.
I'm just curious.
I'm about to lock your man's up.
There's two other things I want to bring up. There's two other things I want to bring up. If
What
you'll
the
please
fuck is
notice
this?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. There's more evidence against
What the
him.
fuck is this? Yo, what is that? No! I'm not. What is that?
Hey, bro. It's Doobie Walt.
Yo, what's going on?
Nah.
There was a lot going on at Disney, bro.
I mean, yeah, Adam's right.
No, you gotta show. You gotta show that
Disney.
picture.
I do
bro.
not. I don't have to show nothing. No, the fuck I don't.
No, that's Japan Time Lost Media.
You cannot put Mickey Mouse holding his arm up like that on stream.
That's Japan Time.
Yo, you didn't have to describe nothing, bro.
We're leaving it at that.
I have information.
Please, by all means.
I have information that Walt Disney actually wanted to introduce that ride in the 60s.
Yo, chill, bro.
Nah, he's right. No, let him cook. He's right. Let him cook. Go ahead, Ghost.
He had other plans.
What's your Canadian
That
ass?
sounds very
Go
happy.
crazy.
That sounds very happy to me.
It's the happiest place on earth.
Who the fuck ever said
wild
that?
thing is,
What the fuck is happy about spending $200 to go to a fucking park and sit around for 10 hours, bro? What's happy about that?
the more I think about this, the more things start to make sense too. Because when we were walking around Disney, remember we went to that Lunar New Year area, Fidel, and you were writing the wishes, right? And,
Yes.
and I did think it was weird that you said to me directly, verbatim, my goal for the next Japan Time episode is to get a My Nintendo News article written about you, and for there to be a false story that Kid Icarus Uprising is coming to Switch. You said that verbatim, and then you put up on the Lunar New Year thing, you wrote Kid Icarus Uprising is coming to Switch. So I would bring it up on the show, so we would have a My Nintendo News article written about
you're just incriminating yourself.
I'm not. We have evidence. Shofu, could you please show him? Could you please show that image?
Which one?
The Kid Icarus Uprising one. The little thing he wrote on there at Disney World. This is unbelievable to me.
You are snitching on yourself right here. I just want Kid Icarus on
This is
Switch.
literally the image.
I just want my Kid Icarus on Switch. And now you are blatantly admitting and right now saying that they should write an article about this because you told me. You are putting yourself
This is literally what you said to me. I remember correctly. My wish on the Lunar New Year thing was 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. That was my wish. My wish had nothing to do with some My Nintendo News article. It had nothing to do with Kid Icarus Uprising. Nothing at all. You're putting words in my mouth.
500,000.
Let's go, Coast.
Hey,
What you know about that, bro? What you know about that, Coast? Let's go, my nigga.
What the fuck is this podcast?
In the chat, if you know, you know, bro. I fuck with you if you know. This shit fire.
And you're a rebel spy too. I mean, there's so many things. I can pull
I
on
actually
from this
just got new courtroom proof just now.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's see it. Let's see it.
From who?
Thank you, Aru.
It is,
in the chat saying Roger is
ain't-
telling the truth.
This ain't night
Who would have
court.
guessed Fidel is lying about everything all the time?
Yeah, that's actually.
Here we go again. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
See,
This is
that's
exactly what I'm
actually
talking about right here,
I
bro.
just received.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. They both should get locked up. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
I
50 with y'all.
just
Like.
received a polygraph that is the size, or sorry, the length of 10 football fields.
Okay.
Fidel has lied about every single thing he said on this podcast since he's joined. That's crazy.
Okay. Where is it?
It's over
Yeah,
there.
that way.
Interesting.
You know what else I noticed about Fidel? He never answers questions. He always dodges questions.
It's true.
Yeah. What about it? Yeah.
What do you mean, Jim?
That's
What
all
do
he
you
ever
mean?
does.
You always dodging
What do you mean,
when
bro?
there are
Bro.
allegations against you. You always dodging the question. I don't think you once answer the question.
Liam, what do you want me to say? Fucked Roger's dead body?
Hey, yo! I want you to tell me what.
Hey,
I want you to tell me why the fuck you would ever say that for any reason. That's what I want you to
I
do.
hate this. I actively hate this.
Why did you say that? Why did you say
All
that?
of this.
What made you think? What made you think you should say that on stream? What made you think that you should say
He
that?
asked me to say these words.
Who asked
No,
you?
In a million
I
years,
asked you
we've
to
never
answer the
done that
question.
ever.
as
Oh,
much
how
as
are you
like
saying
Fidel,
you're a freak? I can pull up 500 clips of you right now.
Do it. Do it right now.
Shit.
Do it
I
right
have
now.
ever heard of my life.
Do it right
No
now.
proof that Aru would have said those things.
Do it right now.
as
I'ma
much
be
as
real.
like, as much as like we're cooking Fidel, like Roger's the real loser here.
Yo,
Let's keep that a buck.
I'm gonna
like,
be real. I have evidence that can cancel Roger right now.
This is wild.
What's going on, bro?
Hey, you know what? You know what they should have
I am
canceled?
being ganged up on, gaslit. This is I'm.
I really tried to save him. You know what should have been canceled?
What should have been canceled?
Forspoken.
Forspoken. That game ass, bro. I'm like 8 hours in. That shit dog water,
You know
bro. Let me
what's
tell
crazy?
you about.
You know what's crazy? We don't even need to talk about it because Hi-Fi came out on the same day.
So what is Hi-Fi? Could someone please explain what that
Game's really
game is?
fun.
You know
What
what,
is
Mike?
it?
Mike,
It's,
why don't you
it's
explain
an
it? Mike's
action-
been playing it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who here has been playing it? Just so I know
Me.
who's played it. I've played it. Have you
On
played
the
it, Mike?
side,
You
too.
played it. And Fidel's played it. So it's just us three.
So
I
yeah,
haven't
imagine
I'm watching Max play it. Looks fun.
imagine like a character action game like a Bayonetta or a DMC, but it's like Harmonite. It's like a rhythm game. So everything in the game plays on the beat. Enemy attacks play on the beat. Your attacks play on the beat, and you do more damage if you actually land your hits like perfectly on the beat.
Yeah, I think of it like a action game, but its mechanics follow that Metal Hellsinger game.
Yeah. Those two, like
Yeah.
BPM and stuff.
Yeah, very similar to that.
And it
And,
oozes that like 2000s jet set
like
radio.
PS2,
You got like
Dreamcast.
Generator X, Ben 10 kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
from the
cool.
fucking Evil Within people out of nowhere. Just shadow dropped, announced, and released the same day.
Yeah, because it was part of that Xbox developer thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
Xbox put
wasn't-
on like
I
a
wasn't expecting it at all.
direct for some of their studios.
Yeah, like a mini direct.
This was definitely like the most important thing out of it though. Like I don't think anything else is really noteworthy.
Yeah, I was playing
Still
down
think
Shoot
it's-
today. It's so good, dude. Has no right.
I think it's wild, not to cut you off about this Hi-Fi game or whatever, but like I think it's just wild that they decided to call their Xbox developer thing a direct. That they just like
I mean,
they
they
couldn't
may
think
as
of
well.
any other word.
Yeah.
They're just like, we're gonna go with a direct because
That's what
sets
these
very
fucking
high
things are.
expectations. I know, but like literally any other word, like direct came from Iwata doing the whole hand movement thing. It just seems strange. Like call it something. Sony at least calls their state of play. They're not like we know what it is. But
the
they're not
word
calling it
means
Sony
nothing
Direct.
anymore. It's just marketing now.
Anyway, please continue.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Cause y'all done with that? Cause I did have like 3 things I wanted to say actually.
Please,
about
by all
Forspoken.
means, go ahead.
I have like 8 hours into it. Like, here's the thing. I think it's probably the worst. Like, the worst thing I could say about a game is that I'm 8 hours in and I don't have an opinion. And that's actually where I'm at. Where I object. First of all, the game is gorgeous. It has like $1 billion thrown at it. It better be pretty. It does some creative things that are cool. That like I really like. Like it's a magic game where the first magic you get is geomancy. I think more games should do that because geomancy is very cool. And every game starts with like fire or like water, and it's kind of whack and overplayed. So I respect that. The voice acting and the memeing that people are doing on Twitter isn't nearly as bad or really that bad at all in the game. I don't know if y'all remember, but like, do y'all remember in like AC2 or like Brotherhood, the British guy who would just like talk to whatever the fuck his name is? I can't, Devlin, whatever, Damien, whatever his name.
I haven't played that shit in ages.
Okay, well, it's like that guy where Desmond, thank you. The British guy who would talk to him while he was doing shit, like, or like he would be out of the fucking like Animus. It's that kind of humor where it's just like witty barbs and like while trying to also be a tutorial. So it's not that bad. She's fine, but like it's one of those things where I'm 8 hours in and I legitimately don't like it, but I don't dislike it, and I think that's worse. Like I'd rather dislike it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so I saw that you get different magical powers by painting your nails, and the first one is called Slay, so I'm just never gonna play that game.
Yeah, it is called Slay.
Yeah,
because
whoever
like
wrote that game should never write it.
Huh? Why are you hating right now? That shit is gas.
No, that shit's stupid as fuck.
Nah, he's hating right now. That shit's funny.
No, it's not like it's called Slay. It's not like it's called Slay, and it's like some woman who's like a wizard from 1884. Bro, she's like 21. Like of course, like. And if she like, it's unapologetically like using
ass.
No, it's not. It's not ass. I just said it wasn't ass.
What the fuck is going on in the bleachers?
I'm not.
Hey yo! See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, Warchamp. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That's where Fidel got what he said to Roger. Right there, bro. Right there.
It's true. On you, that is exactly what I'm talking about.
Right there, bro. Case in point.
He always talks about fucking my eye sockets, bro.
Could we not? Could we just not? Could we continue talking about this? Like, why are we doing this?
Anyway, yo, Tito, I heard the game is really railroady.
I don't feel I don't feel that way at all, actually. And maybe because the term is like ubiquitous, like it's like there's no really clear defined definition what that means. The way it works, and I don't know if other games do this. I never played Breath of the Wild, but like Horizon didn't do this. But it's like I know other open world games where I call it sectional open world, where they do open world, like a huge big ass area, and then once you do that, there's like a couple side quests, and then open area, and then you go back to the main hub, you do story shit, more side quests. You can do those or not. Then they do new area. And then like a couple side quests at the very beginning, and then there's a bunch of like Assassin's Creed POIs along the map that are like challenges. Like a lot of the open map is gameplay based, which I really like. It's not like there's very little narrative outside of the main story, which is fine because like movement in that game is pretty fun, to be honest, because you're just like free running with magic. But I guess if you call that railroading, I guess by definition, but like. It doesn't.
Oh my god, this game got fucked on Metacritic.
Yeah, I don't even know. You know, Metacritic also, kind of bodied Gotham Knights, and I thought that game was really good. But
I also have a genuine question.
Yeah,
too. Do you think that just based off one thing you just said, do you think the reason you like the Horizon games is potentially because you've never played Breath of the Wild?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't like Zelda in general, like Link or Zelda or anything like that in general. That's why
I was unaware of the fact that you did not play Breath of the Wild, but knowing the kind of games that you like and these type of open world things, I feel like you would like Breath of the Wild.
I've seen
like Horizon
the whole game,
to me. Now again, not to like veer too much off topic, but Horizon to me has always felt like it's come out around these other games that do what it wants to do better, or like the same sort of adventure open world thing better. because the first one was around the time of Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, I think, was a better game.
Right.
The second one came out around Elden Ring. Elden Ring, I think, is a better game. And I feel like that consistently seems to be, because you also did not like Elden Ring.
Yeah, I don't like Elden Ring. No, I didn't like it. But like, but the thing is, I don't like it. But as you know, I acknowledge that it's objectively good.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things where, for me, the only reason why I watched a bunch of people play Breath of the Wild, and I'll watch a bunch of people play the new game. I just don't care enough about that world to play the game. That's literally the only reason why I don't play the game. Like, I just don't care about. Like, I know some of the Metro games are really good, and I think Samus is cool, but, like, I don't want to play, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know, like, it's like one of those. It has nothing to do with, like, the quality of the game. It's just like,
I totally understand.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those. So, but you're probably right. If I liked, like,
I bet you would like it. Yeah,
I'm sure I would like it, but that's
because there's not really dungeons. There's not really, like, the things that I think you would normally think about a Zelda game. They're not present in Breath of the Wild, and I think it's important that you play it before the new one comes out.
I mean, I'll watch. I mean, I've seen the entire game. I've seen speed. Like, I watched.
I think the problem is, like, Breath of the Wild is not a game to watch. It's a game to, if you're not experiencing it, like, that is something that you don't get the same experience.
Hey, bro, what
watching.
you eating?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Fresh. Reagan just brought dinner. Shout Reagan.
What you got today?
Sponsored?
No, I wish.
Is
This is pork tenderloin with kale salad, carrots, onions.
Right.
It's really good, like paprika flavoring. It's really good. Anyway, what I was gonna say was, I feel like you would enjoy Breath of the Wild.
No, I agree with you. I'm sure that I would. I'm sure that I would enjoy playing the game.
Yeah.
But just like just like anybody else, anything else, buy-in is a personal preference.
Of course.
I find Link very bland and very boring as a character, so I don't want to play.
And that's fine.
Link is that guy, bro.
It was just literally, it was just like when you mentioned the thing of watching it. It's just that one game in particular, I do feel very strongly that, like, it is a play experience. Like, I've said this before about Naughty Dog games, right? Like, I feel like Naughty Dog games are a perfect example of something you can watch and get the same experience for.
I agree.
Like, Last of Us, Uncharted, those type of cinematic experience. I would even say maybe even like Fallen Order, I would say, is another good example of this, like the Star Wars game. Those are games you can watch and I think get the same type of enjoyment out of it. Whereas something like Breath of the Wild or something a little more, or like an Elden Ring, for example, is something you have to play.
No, I agree, and that's why I played Elden Ring. That's exactly why I was like, I'm seeing a bunch of people play that shit. Like, I'm going to just play it. Like, I know, not know, but like, I'm going to go with an open mind. You know what I'm saying? But chances are I'm not going to like this game because I know the type of games that I like. So go in as objective as possible. Turns out it's exactly what I thought it was, and I didn't like it. But like, I don't think I would have the ability to say that unless I played it. With Elden, I don't have that same curiosity with any Zelda game. I just don't care about the character, and that's literally the only reason why I don't play. It has nothing to do with the quality of the games, like, at all. Like, I'm sure they're great. I know they're great. I just don't.
I gotcha.
I just don't care. Like, I just don't care, respectfully. But yeah, Forspoken is the most mid game probably I've played in like last 5 years, which is probably worse than, because if it was bad, at least I could laugh. Like, I streamed for 2 hours today. I don't think I said, like, there were sections of like 15 minutes where like I was talking more to chat and not saying anything. Like, it's not great. So. But don't worry.
Worst thing a game can be is boring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not boring. It's monotone. Like you know what I mean?
Call a boring game bad. You play a game to have fun. It's
no, because there's some objective things like about the game that are good. It's just
it can still be bad. There are bad games that
have good qualities. It's not a bad game. It's a mediocre game. It's fine. Like,
everything you said has made it sound like a bad game.
I didn't talk about the fact that the combat's really interesting. There's a really good level up system. The game is gorgeous. The soundtrack is good. The voice acting is fine. It's industry standard for that type of game. Like, I didn't talk about all of that because none of that's, like, y'all don't give a fuck about any of that. So I'm talking about the things that were not great. So, like,
it gives me like flashbacks to Marvel's Avengers.
Like, it sounds like a Sony game that no one's going to talk about in a year. Like, every fucking new IP that's going to fizzle away.
Yeah,
It just
I mean,
happens every.
It sucks that Square Enix team got sectioned off from 14 to make the. I think it was.
and you
did?
could and you could tell. You could tell
No.
with some of the shit in this game. You
Is that
could
not
definitely
true?
tell.
I thought that was the 15 team.
Yeah,
Or
it's
the 15, sorry,
That, no, that's what I thought. That's what he said. Is
Yeah,
that not what he said?
It is the
But you-
15 team.
Okay,
yeah.
but you could definitely tell.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
You could-
absolutely.
you
You
could tell.
100% could tell. The
You
way
could
that
walk-
open world looks, everything
Yeah.
is 100% the FF15.
Yeah,
I believe
yeah.
it's even running off the same engine that.
Yeah, it's the
FF15 used.
Lumineer engine.
Yeah,
Is that what that shit called?
the
Yeah.
Luminous engine or something like that.
Speaking of games that might be bad, Roger, how that One Piece game talk about?
I actually wanted to know about
played more of it. But I haven't
Yeah.
played anything since the last show.
Damn.
Because Fire Emblem came out, and then I was playing Genshin because there's like the Lantern Right thing. I haven't played any more since Alabasta. Like, I enjoyed it, but I like turn-based games. And I like the auto battle thing. I like the fact that I could turn my brain off playing it. Like, all the same stuff I said last week. Stand by all of it. One thing I will say, which I think is probably going to be a pretty big discussion, I started playing Fire Emblem Engage when it came out. And I have wanted nothing more than to go back and play that game, but I have not had any time.
Same.
I love it. Like, I legitimately think this is my favorite one since the 3DS generation. I love the actual strategy. I think some of the character designs still have a lot to be desired, but the game itself I already like better than Three Houses, and I love Three Houses.
Yeah, Engage was really good at replacing my melatonin gummies, though. That was
That was pretty good.
That's tough.
I like the gameplay of Engage. I think
that's about
been
That's
playing-
about the only good thing about it, right?
yeah, and even as I'm playing it, there are some things I really like about it, comparative to like Three Houses anyway, and then there are other aspects where I thought this could have been a little bit better. I'm not super big on how they've kind of handled the class system in this game. I mean, Three Houses was also flawed, but I don't feel like this game's is a particularly great solution either.
No.
I have a question, like an actual question for you.
Go for
Like, since I don't play Fire Emblem for the same reason why I don't play Zelda. Like, is how important? I understand it's a JRPG. Know that I understand that while asking this question. How important is the story in this particular JRPG to like people who buy these games? Like, how do people give a fuck?
Not really. I think
Nah, I
for
don't really.
Fire Emblem, I think it's more about the characters and the story.
Definitely.
People care about. People feel invested in the characters, and they like how, because there are these things called supports in Fire Emblem
Right.
games where, you know, characters have these kind of aside conversations, and they kind of you kind of learn about their personalities and their backstories via these supports. And so, for Three Houses especially, the story of that game isn't super strong, but the characters are some of the best in the series, at least in my opinion. What's up?
I was gonna say, how did we go from Three Houses? I don't even like Three Houses to preface. How did we go from Three Houses supports to these?
Yeah, they are.
These supports
I don't know.
are
These
like
supports are just comedies.
they're
like
literally-
sitcom episodes.
they're not even that. They're like 3 sentences long, and if they're not 3 sentences long, it's because they're filling it out with some bullshit where they're talking about fucking eating lizards. Like, shut the fuck up. I started skipping them all, and I didn't feel like I was missing anything.
Yeah, most of the supports are not good, and a lot of the characters feel, especially a lot of the earlier characters, they feel very, very one note. Like characters like Chloe and Etienne, and there's a decent handful that just.
I like Chloe and Etienne a lot.
Their designs are nice, but like
I wonder
they have
why
about
Roger
as
likes
much.
Chloe.
They have
It is,
about as
that's
much
why.
personality as a plank of wood.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but
that's
she,
like every.
she looks nice, bro. Who cares?
Yeah,
There's
I
like
know,
3
I know. I don't
characters in
disagree.
this game that have a real personality, I think. And,
Yeah.
and none of those 3 characters are the characters that appear in cutscenes.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, the things that I've heard that are negative are like story-related things. Like people are saying that the story isn't that deep, or that it's
The
kind of
story,
like a retread
okay,
of stuff that's
it's
happened
literally-
before. Like to
Apparently,
me,
it's
like,
just Awakening too.
It's
Yeah,
literally
so, like-
the writer is Fates and Awakening's writer, and he literally
Right.
just reused Awakening's story until like the last chapter, and fucking
yeah. And to me, like that's fine.
Just,
like I don't
like,
really care. Like to me,
the,
I like
the problem
strategy.
isn't the
I like
story. It's just the
quickness.
characters are so boring.
See, even with the stuff with the characters, like I appreciate the saturated colors. I like sort of like the one-note stuff comparatively to Three Houses because of the fact that the story really isn't that deep in this one. I feel like if they were trying to do a deep story like Three Houses, then I think the character stuff would bother me more. But what they're doing with this game is like really going back to the basics and focusing on the strategy aspects. And like it feels so much more fun and classic Fire Emblem in that regard. Like I absolutely hated the stuff with like, I don't even remember what they're called, but like you'd have the giant armies that would fight in Three Houses. I hated that.
Oh, the battalion?
And like the thing, and where you're breaking certain tiles and doing extra stuff, like I really was not a fan of that at all. And I think the way that they've streamlined a lot of that and Engage, even with like certain boss characters, like I'm only chapter, I think 7, but when you fight that one guy, so far, I'm sure this happens more, where you're fighting like the named characters and they have the revival stones and that sort of acts as like the secondary health bar. Like that doesn't even really bother me.
That happens with every boss after that point.
Yeah. And battalions, thank you, is the name of the army thing I was thinking about. I did not like the battalions aspect at all, like, or leveling up battalions, any of that. I much prefer, like, the leveling up of the emblems, being able to attach them to whoever you want, getting the little bonuses, getting the support conversations in between, seeing the classic characters. I love the fact that the weapons don't break in this one. I think that is, like, so much more fun, because then now when I find a weapon, I'm not
They haven't
afraid to use
broken,
it.
like, 4 games.
I know, but in particular in this one, they have broken in other games. Like, they broke in Three Houses. It just wasn't the primary weapons. Like, you couldn't break your legendary weapons or whatever. But the other weapons definitely could break in Three Houses, if I'm remembering correctly. Like iron swords and steel swords and things. Am I wrong?
No, I think I remember.
I think
their
they
ability.
do break.
I think they do break. Tomes had like a set limit per map.
Right, right.
So that was a bit different.
Right.
But for one of the gameplay things in Engage is that this game gives you no money, and it gives you a lot of options to spend money, like a lot of things to potentially spend money on, and no money. Like it is incredibly stingy.
I don't want to be like this, but I'm pretty sure it's because they put the silver card in DLC, and even with the silver card, it doesn't fucking help.
What is the silver card?
It reduces 30% from every store.
I'm sorry you're all broke.
And they also made the DLC emblem that you get from the map with the silver card game breaking.
I haven't run into that at all so far. But again, I'm early, right? So like I maybe I'll end up broke by the end of the
you're on
game
chapter
too,
7.
but...
You haven't even really had opportunity to spend money.
Well, that's not true, because I've spent a lot of money on like the donation wall so far, so I can get the like adopt chickens and cats and things. That's another thing I love exploring the battlefields afterwards and talking to people and stuff. It's just fun.
I would like that. I like the concept of that, but the people have nothing to say.
Yeah,
that's my big issue. Like, I love the fact that these environments are here and there's lots of different
that battle
ones
was tough.
comparative. But yeah, exactly. Your units, they don't say anything. They just comment on how the battle went in the most generic possible way. The regular NPCs there don't really say anything. It would be nice if there was a bit more of a reflection of like what happened in the story beats from the characters and stuff like that.
How come the big buff axe man that you get at the beginning of the game has lower strength growth than mages?
Now that is an excellent question. One that I cannot answer. Yeah.
Are you talking about Bouchard?
Yeah. He's like one of the worst characters in the game.
I like him though. He's cool.
That actually leads me on to another issue that I have with the gameplay of this game.
Oh, is it
the unit scaling is fucking dire. It is so horrible. Your early game units fall off so quickly. And that I feel like
early game units, bro. It's like you get a unit and then the next chapter you get the same unit with higher bases, and I'm like, okay, I had one chapter to make them usable, but I guess I'll just use this guy instead.
Yep. It's a shame. It's like, because that's such a classic Fire Emblem thing, where like if you've invested the time and effort into actually trying to, make your early game units good, then they will carry you through the whole game, and the late game units are there as a crutch in case something went wrong. But in this game, you get to certain points in the game, and as you mentioned, like you'll receive a character, then right afterwards you'll get a character with better base stats, growths that are as good if not better, and it's just like,
Like,
bro, what was the point in giving me this previous one?
The chapter you get Lapis, she's useful. But okay, so Lapis is a bad character. Just all of her stats are bad. She's bad, but she's useful the chapter you get her. Then in the next chapter, you get a unit that replaces her and could technically replace another unit as well because of just how strong they are. I don't understand why they just introduce characters with like 5 more points in each stat. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, I feel like there's way too many noble type characters in this game. I don't like it. Because I don't know if it's just me when I play Fire Emblem. I'm always like, oh, this is a unique class character. They're important to the story. I want to use them in my team. But in an Engage, you can only ever use really like 8 units at a time, and there's about like 5 nobles. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, there's a max. It's a max of 12 units, and then you have the main character, who is obviously their own class, and then each region has 2 nobles that can go on your
Aileen and
team.
Alfred are like the 2 that I ran into so far.
Yeah, those are the first 2. You'll run into a couple more very soon.
They're retainers.
And they each... The retainers I'm not counting. They count as like normal characters.
So skirmishes are consistently harder than main story quests because of the scaling, and it like takes away a lot from the game because you do this skirmish and you're like, well, damn, I had to strategize. I'm playing on hard, by the way. On Maddening, this is not the case. I'm playing on hard, and that skirmish, I was like, damn, that was a tough skirmish. Then I go to the main story thing, and I put Diamant in a fucking corridor, and he just kills everybody, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah. No, grand scheme of things, despite the stuff that was like Zeph and I have been saying, we have been having fun with the game. Well, Zeph's beaten the game. I'm like about 80% of the way through, and it's like it's still a fun game. And I think a lot of the stuff about the gameplay that you said, Roger, I think is very true. A lot of the streamlining has definitely improved the gameplay experience in a lot of ways. I like the emblems as a mechanic, and
it's just like that's it, right? Like just the gameplay's fun.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need. But like for me, I feel very like I really like the combination of the strategy gameplay with like the distinct Fire Emblem characters.
It feels like shit's missing.
Yeah, in a sense.
The whole time I was playing the game, it felt like there was something wrong, and I couldn't figure it out.
It might just be a case where a whole bunch of stuff's being saved for DLC.
Well, we know there's a lot of DLC.
We know the characters we're getting for DLC. We know them all.
That's all been data mined.
Yeah. Well, I'm having fun still. I'm having fun.
No, I'm not saying it's like a dog shit. You shouldn't enjoy the game. I just don't think. I think the only time I was enjoying myself was when I was doing the maps. So, depending on how you feel and play Fire Emblem, take that. If you just like doing the maps and you don't care about the other shit, that's fine. That you'll like the game.
Yeah, I think that seems to be a trend with this month, right? Is like enjoying things despite the fact that there are issues with them. And I think another game that encapsulates that is the recent re-release of GoldenEye 007 on Nintendo Switch and on Xbox. Because I've gone back and played a little bit of GoldenEye 007, and I forgot how fun that game is. Like, I have not played online again yet. I haven't really tried any of that. But the main game, I'm having so much fun with again.
It didn't I'll be 100% honest. The controls aren't phenomenal,
terrible,
but it's just very fun to just play through because you don't unless you play on like a really high difficulty. You don't gotta think that hard. You just shoot guys.
Just having a good time, walking around, enjoying the music.
Difficulty's not that hard.
Until later though, like with the escort missions, there's so many. Fair. You're doing one right now.
It's not really an escort mission, the one thing I'm really upset about with this port is just the FPS issues.
Are you playing on Xbox or on Switch?
I'm playing on Xbox, but I've heard that it's a problem on both.
I'm pretty sure the NSO version's fine. The weird thing about the Xbox version is because there's no C buttons, they just completely removed the cheats, which is like a huge component of the game.
Well, not necessarily. You get cheats by completing specific missions within a certain amount of time. which is way worse. I'd rather just input cheats.
So you mean like big head mode and everything like that?
Both ports were
a whole bunch of
by
goofy
two separate
stuff.
companies, and apparently one of like the original devs made a salty tweet about them not actually being involved in either of them.
Wait, what? What happened?
Someone tweeted, and I can't confirm if they were part of like the original company that made GoldenEye, but they have in their bio, it was like the games that they worked on, and the part where it says GoldenEye, they had in parentheses the good version. And they basically made some tweet about like why wouldn't you guys just get the original devs to work on this? Like a passion project always turns out better than anything else.
Well,
I'll see if I can find it.
Why would they hire devs for a slightly edited ROM? He needs to relax.
I mean, the ones they got somehow managed to screw that up. So
yeah, because they don't want to put money into this. People are gonna buy it anyway. It's an old ass retro nostalgia bait.
That's the question: is do you buy it on Xbox? I thought it was just on Game Pass.
Xbox is on Game Pass, but I'm pretty sure you can also buy it separately if you want.
So yeah, there was also that issue with Rare Replay. So for whatever reason, people who owned Rare Replay digitally just got it as an update. But if you owned Rare Replay physically, they said there was like an issue with the licensing on both versions. So physical copies do not get GoldenEye for free.
Oh, weird.
Huh.
Very strange.
That's not the case for Steam, right? Like if you have Rare Replay, or is it even on Steam? Is
Rare Replay is only on Xbox.
Okay, never mind then. Okay, never mind. I was just thinking because I play Halo on Steam, I thought maybe Rare
Don't you
Replay
remember
would
those
be on there
rumors
too.
years ago? Rare Replay coming to Switch.
Well, that I remember. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. We
those
talked
like
about those. Yeah.
year one Xbox games are probably never coming.
Dang.
So like Halo 5, that Gladiator game, I forget what it's called.
Rise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why that guy thought they were gonna hire devs for something they are literally not making money off of, and is just like a simple port. I don't know. That's some.
I mean, it gets you more money to put effort into it.
You speaking of money,
ROI, baby.
Speaking of money, where are you going with that?
Capcom got a lot of it. Look at this shit that came out yesterday, bro. I'll put it in the chat.
Oh,
Let's talk
yeah.
about this. Because Capcom be rolling in dough.
Big
bro.
bands on them.
I'm talking big round.
Who trying to be a hula hooper?
Oh, it's so funny. It's funny every time. But yeah, so I mean, I just want to talk about this a little bit because I think this is also very indicative of something that we've all been saying. You know what I'm saying? This will be fiscally the best, the greatest, whatever you want. The greatest year for fighting games of all time is 2023. Like it will be in terms of just raw sales because Capcom doing numbers already. Street Fighter 6 ain't even out yet, bro. Like, what are we really talking about here? Like, it's really different. Like. It's like, I think the headline was like Capcom is going to make more money than ever before in 2023 based off of the sale of, I think it was like RE4 plus Street Fighter 6 alone. They are like expecting like 40 million units or some crazy number like that. Like,
Doesn't surprise me.
Like,
I think like RE4 remake speaks for itself, and Street Fighter 6 is doing like everything right that you could do for a fighting game launch.
Correct. Bro, they had a Street Fighter had a fucking like a whole ass damn near commercial on the WWE pay-per-view last weekend.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Didn't one of the wrestlers come out as jury?
One of the wrestlers is a commentator in the game, and she fine, by the way. But like, and so like she did a whole ass jury cosplay and like wrestled the match in jury cosplay. This was crazy. But yeah, Capcom about to make.
I was
big
like,
band.
what is this that you just linked? I see that's the link. Here comes a new commentator. Oh.
So remember, there's the in-game feature for Street Fighter 6 where there's like the in-game commentary, and you have a mix of different people.
Yeah, so she got announced for that. So it's going. I mean, regardless, I'm gonna turn that shit off. But like, it's just
it's cool that
you turn it off when you're playing, but you turn it on when you're watching other people play.
Correct. That's correct.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just like I think here. Let me read this small snippet here because I think this is like kind of crazy. In the 9 months to December 31st, the company sold 2.75 million copies of Monster Hunter Rise, 1.5 million of Resident Evil 2, 1.5 million of Devil May Cry 5, 135 of RE3, and then between Iceborne and Street Fighter 6 or Street Fighter 5 sold 750k units. So like these are all like not new games that are still comprising like over 5 million in sales, just like off of old shit. Like
impressive.
And so it's I think Sunbreak had like 4 point something. I don't have it in front of me. 4 point something. Like I'm talking big cash, dollars, pesos, zenny. It's a lot of money.
It's insane to me they sold that many copies of Street Fighter 5.
You're talking about 75,000.
Why is it insane?
That game's been out for 12 years, and SF6 is announced.
It does
And getting
seem, though,
betas.
like every time there's one of those Steam sales or whenever there's like a humble bundle or whatever, I almost always see Street Fighter 5 in it though.
Yeah,
It is.
So I'm
That
curious,
shit for like
I'm curious of
$5.
how many of those sales were like off of 1 cent. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
Hey,
because also
money
like
is money.
no, of
that's
course.
also-
I'm just curious. Yeah.
I think Monster Hunter Rise is counting also the PC release, which came out later as well. So
Got it. Yeah, because I always think about that like when we do the Nintendo financials and we're talking about how much certain games sell and how there's so many games that are on the eShop that are consistently like top selling and it's some stupid simulator thing for like 99 cents. And I'm just curious of like if those are accounted into sales, if people were to say like how many games on Switch sold 1 million copies or something, if those games are included.
Well, I mean, probably, but bro, 40 million for RE4, like
That's a lot.
that's crazy. That's a lot. Do you think and be realistic? Y'all think that like comparatively, how do you think Street Fighter 6 is gonna do? Like 80% of
Compared to
that?
Street Fighter 5?
No, compared to RE4.
I think that really depends on word of mouth and
No,
how many people
RE4
are
is going to
picking
sell
it up.
better.
I mean, obviously.
Resident Evil and Monster Hunter are always their top selling. So like RE4 is, and it's RE4, so that thing's going to sell a ton. Street Fighter is going to do well because people are super excited about it. Fighting games in general are more popular, and this definitely looks way better than Street Fighter 5 and presentation wise and everything. They're killing it, so it'll sell well. But obviously, Resident Evil is going to crush it.
Do you happen to know previously like what was the best selling Resident Evil game?
Wasn't it RE4?
RE2. No,
Oh, it's RE2?
Oh, it
No,
wasn't
no,
RE2.
no,
It's the remake.
Isn't it?
I'm
Isn't it
thinking like
unironically 5 and 6 because they sold like 13 million copies or something?
Yeah, maybe actually.
Because I remember that
Maybe it
being a
was
thing for a
those.
while. That the most
And those
not
were
RE
also
game.
in
That
those
Village?
weird Steam
That's
sales and yeah.
Is that
Hold on,
Village
I'm
and
checking. It's in
the other one?
best-selling Resident Evil games. I'm typing that in right now.
5 and 6.
Best-selling.
I'm pretty sure it's 5 and 6. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but
it looks
it's-
like it's 5.
It
5
is,
is.
wow.
5 sold 14
5?
million.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, no, I'm looking on here right now and it says, oh no, that's September 2022. I see.
Yeah,
Not-
no, it's
Oh,
No, it's
oh.
as of. I see that too. It says as of.
Yeah.
But
You saw
no,
the
I
same
see that
thing
it
I did.
says RE7. RE7 says it's the most.
That kind of makes sense to me.
7 then 2 remake.
Yeah,
That's what I
7,
see.
because 7 also got re-released on VR. 7 has come out on like pretty much every system at this point. Yeah,
Pretty
7
sure
makes a lot
Resident
of
Evil
sense.
4 has also been on like almost every single thing since it's been originally released as well. That game
Yeah.
prints money for Capcom like
Okay,
no
so
other game.
I have
And
an
they
actual
said 40 million for the.
yeah, 40 million. They project 40 million for RE4 remake.
That is kind of wild.
Like
That's
and
weird. Are you sure it's not
Yeah.
40 million total games
Total?
they're gonna
no, that's
sell
what
this
Yeah.
year?
it says. A week. Okay, I will read it verbatim, and you guys can tell me if I'm
Yeah.
interpreting this wrong.
Yeah.
As with continued sales of catalog titles, plus the release of RE4, a week before its end of fiscal year,
Yeah, it's a
Capcom
plus.
Capcom is expecting to sell more than 40 million game units. The rate's wordy because it has a bunch of hyphens here.
oh yeah,
it's
no. but they
reading-
made- they-
Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
It's
that means
reading.
all of
It's
them.
reading like it's saying talking about RE, like the grammar here is very weird.
No,
Yeah,
now
no,
I know
it's
what you're talking
definitely
because I
all their
heard the same
games,
story earlier today. Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's 40 million of all their game
everything.
units.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes
'Cause that
way
would
more
be
sense.
that would be completely
No, because
wild.
I was about to say
There's
because
no
like,
way
the
it's
grammar
gonna
here is
still
crazy and it's modifying RE4.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I get you. Yeah.
now speaking of sales, here's my okay. So the greatest selling fighting game of all time is, everyone knows this,
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
it is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The second
Right.
greatest selling fighting game of all time is
Street Fighter 2.
Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2. Okay.
Right.
I think Smash Ultimate has 15 million units, something like that. Is what I did a quick
Over it,
Google real
yeah.
quick. something like that.
I think it's like 25.
Wait, no. Smash Ultimate's 29 million.
29?
Yeah, 29.
It's very high.
Okay, then this is outdated then.
But we're like 15 or 16 million.
Yeah, because didn't we just talk about that in the last show too with the financials?
Yeah,
because Ultimate just continues to sell. It's crazy.
So my question is, because here's the difference between a Street Fighter game and a Smash game. There is one version of a Smash game. There will always be one. You have to buy the same version every time.
Yes.
Right? The advantage from a sales perspective, I guess, is that with a Street Fighter game, you're going to get multiple editions of the same game, which basically means you're you're, as you all know, you're going to accumulate all those into sales of Street Fighter 6 because they're all the same game. Right? So what do we think Street Fighter 6 is going to sell within a year? They're vanilla Street Fighter 6. Because I think that's the biggest metric.
Depends on when Project L drops.
That's actually.
You know what I'm saying? Tito, I'll really be out here, bro. You know,
that's actually correct. You know what? Hey, dab me up, my nigga. Dab me up, bro.
Hey.
My nigga, bro. He's right though. Do you think that shit not dropping before Street Fighter 6 though?
No. But I'm saying depending on when it drops, it'll at the moment that game drops, that's the same moment they're gonna sell less copies of Street Fighter 6.
I don't even think is that game coming out this year though.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Within it should be. I think it'll be out within a year from when Street Fighter comes out.
I get what Shofu's saying though.
Yeah.
It is free, but I get what Shofu's saying.
Yeah.
Is Project L coming to console?
I thought it was crossplay.
Likely.
Yeah, they said it was.
I think so.
I mean, either way.
I'm gonna guess Street Fighter 6.
It's on everything.
I mean, I don't see Street Fighter 6 selling less than 2.
I think it'll outsell. I think it's gonna outsell Mortal Kombat 11 because I think Mortal Kombat 11 is ridiculous. That's 13 million units
in the first year.
No, it's not gonna outsell Mortal Kombat.
You don't think? I feel like this is some good, man.
Wait, Street Fighter?
Yeah, so Mortal Kombat 11
Mortal Kombat is besides Smash, it is the most popular fighting game series literally because of what you can do in Mortal Kombat. No fighting game even comes close to it these days.
That's so surprising to me.
You'd still be surprised at the sales of some others. Not to have anything
against Mortal Kombat. I mean, totally, I understand why people like that. I get the appeal. But, to me, when I think of iconic video game characters, obviously Scorpion is up there. But, immediately I would think Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, right? I would think of the Street Fighter cast. So that's amazing. You're totally right. I get the thought process of nothing else is quite like that, so I get why it would sell more. But that's just kind of shocking to think about. And I'm assuming Tekken would be below both of them, right?
So let me go and read this out to y'all.
Until Tekken 7. Tekken 7 is outsold Street Fighter.
Yeah, so
really?
From VG sales, which is pretty good. It's fine. Ultimate 28.1 or 28.2 basically. Street Fighter 2 15.5, Brawl at 13.3. Let's go Brawl. MKX and MK11 are 12 and 12. And then under that, which is now we're getting into the top 10, Tekken 7 with 10 million. Now 3DS Smash Bros got 9.4. That's crazy. Street Fighter 4 with 9.1. And then Tekken 3 and Tekken 5 are 9 and 10. So, I mean, I honestly expect this to be, I would not be surprised if Street Fighter 6 outsold Street Fighter 4. I'm actually serious.
Because Street Fighter 4 marked essentially a renaissance for fighting games, or competitive fighting games at that point. It was the revival of the series, because, as much as people love and look back on Street Fighter 3 and Third Strike, commercially, it didn't do that well. And then Street Fighter 4 kind of revitalized the series and brought in a ton of new fighting game players. There's the phrase 09er when talking about a fighting game player is essentially infamous, even though they're old blood now. And I have full confidence that Street Fighter 6, I think in its first year, it's going to beat that number. In its first year.
I think Street Fighter 6 is going to do crazy. I think Capcom's going to market shit out of it. I mean, we're already seeing it at WWE. It got incredible buzz from every beta. It's appealing to the casual crowd, the hardcore crowd. It looks like this one's gonna have.
It would not surprise me if Street Fighter 6 broke 10 million. That would not surprise me.
No, absolutely, yeah.
That would not surprise me because like you were saying, Fidel and Virum, you might argue that Mortal Kombat's the most popular, but like the industry, you literally mark generations in the fighting game community and in the genre with Street Fighter releases. Like you literally mark them. Street Fighter 4, like Street Fighter 5 was an anomaly where it didn't really like, you know what I'm saying? Like define a generation, but like Street Fighter 2, obviously, Street Fighter 4 was a huge gap in like that. And then Street Fighter 6 is just like another huge leap because now you're getting into this space where like fighting games, like it's the first, when you think about it, the first fighting game, the first Street Fighter in the modern esports era. Because I don't count 5 or 4, like, because I don't think 5 is a modern fighting game in a lot of ways. 6 is a modern fighting game, like in every way. So it's like, it's marketed towards that, where Street Fighter 5 came out as a Street Fighter game and then they retrofitted it to be like an esports game, whereas this game is marketed as an esports game.
Yeah, I think 5 is like, I think 5 was a modern fighting game, particularly at its release. It was a modern fighting game in a bad way, whereas 6 is a modern fighting game in a good way.
I agree.
Well, I mean, 5 was like one of the first examples, really, of this trend we saw in the PS4 era, which is like releasing games with piecemeal content as, you know, years went on. Like, I really did feel like Street Fighter 5 was the first time that I played a game where it felt like this is weird to have a game start with nothing and have to wait for it to be done.
Yeah.
And then we just saw that trend the entire generation.
It was in that era of like Evolve, where like the game would come out with hundreds of dollars of DLC on disc.
Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And like what's crazy too, it's like, again, we're talking about vanilla Street Fighter. Like I would be surprised if vanilla Street Fighter broke 10 million. Like if we talk about Super Street Fighter 6, Ultra Street Fighter 6, Super Street Fighter 6 Mega OD Edition, like it's gonna break 12, bro. Like it really might fuck around and break 12. Like which is crazy. Cause like
here's the other thing: when you start trying to get to like above 10 million.
Also, Zeph, you echoing like shit, by the way.
I'm echoing?
I think so. I think it's you.
I didn't see my mic light up.
I did. I could be wrong.
When you start trying to break above 10 million, the thing about it is you kind of need to break past just regular fighting game community, which Street Fighter kind of doesn't do. So like the why Mortal Kombat and Smash do extremely well is because they have that appeal that someone who doesn't just watch fighting game tournaments, doesn't just play fighting games, can just pick up these games.
Yeah, but also at the same time, like you don't see. Let's respectfully.
I think the presentation of this game is amazing, so I think it can. But I'm just saying, like historically, Street Fighter has not done that.
Yeah, but I super agree with that. But I also don't think they've actively tried to. Like you're not seeing, like in the way they are now. No way. You're not seeing. Let's put it this way. You're not who I am echoing. It's Coase.
Is it me? Am I that?
Yeah, it's
my
you.
bad.
No, you good, bro. It's like the fact that you have a WWE spot dedicated for Street Fighter 6, bro, lets you know they really try to, like, you know what I'm saying? They going for little Timmy now. Like,
I mean, they got Lupe. Lupe was for something else. They got
Lupe was for 5.
Lupe was
versus Daigo exhibition.
He beat the brakes off Daigo too. On God, he did.
So it's not like they haven't tried that before.
Yeah, they've definitely tried their share of marketing stunts in the past, but I think the big difference with Street Fighter 6 is that the game also has the content to align with the marketing. So like, obviously you're mentioning like Smash Ultimate is an outlier, I think, with even among fighting games, because that game is ridiculously huge. Like very few companies can achieve that. Mortal Kombat games also very huge, but the fact that this game has the world tour mode, you can make your goofy lobby avatar and kind of chill in the lobby and just hang out with other goofy lobby avatars, and like you could find a whole game out of just, you know, playing the world tour mode, maybe playing a little bit of arcade mode, and you could just have your fun with that.
Yeah,
and I think
definitely
that kind of stuff is exactly what brings in those broader the broader casual audiences.
Yeah, Smash ain't successful because of the competitive scene. It's just a fun game to play in general. Like, no matter how you play it, it's fun. There's so many different ways to play.
Yeah, because I genuinely believe like Street Fighter 6, if this is Capcom like 10 years ago, the way the game was in like the first beta, they would have released it like that, because the gameplay was all perfectly like amazing, and they would have just launched it like that, would have just been missing a bunch of characters. You would have just had the lobby system. But I think they know, obviously, you know, that a full package, especially after everything that went down with 5, is going to be way better to have the arcade mode, the crazy campaign, a big roster and everything, so that like the launch itself isn't, you know, people just complaining about network, lack of characters, and lack of content. They have everything they need at launch, and everything that gets added just adds to it.
Speaking of the lack of content at launch, there's actually a rumor that immediately reminded me of. I want to bring this up real quick. There's a rumor going around about a new Mario baseball game that is in development.
Let's not talk about that, bro.
I want to bring this up very briefly because I think I've seen a lot of people saying, you know, if this is like Mario Strikers, if this is like Mario Golf or Mario Tennis or any other Mario sports games that have been out on the Switch, they're probably not going to buy it. I'm right there with them. I totally understand. I feel like, you know, we've been burned a lot of times during the Switch generation with Mario sports games. However, I want to say that if Mario Sluggers is actually being made and it's being made by Bandai Namco, I think this could actually have a chance of being good.
I don't know about all that, man.
Because it's not a first-party developed game, right? You had the Next Level games, you had the Mario Golf one. I think having this be made by Bandai Namco and knowing how they kind of develop their Mario sports games, I think we have a chance of this one potentially not falling to the same fate that the other ones did.
Here's my question, Roger. And this is an actual question, and I want to ask everybody.
Yes.
Do y'all think maybe, just maybe, like, the genre or like the trope is actually just didn't age well? Like, is that a possibility, or is it just of like
platform fighter?
Like,
no.
Do y'all know, like, of Mario sports games? Do y'all like maybe the whole thing just didn't age well?
No.
I'm asking. These games are nothing like.
I'm asking. I don't know. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
These games are nothing like the old ones.
They did a Golf on 3DS that everyone loved, and that wasn't too far removed from the Switch one.
Even Ace's gameplay was good. It just lacked content.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like the older games typically had like a lot of like Mario gimmicks going on,
right?
And these Switch titles just don't have it.
But like, think about it from like, I mean, I like I said, that was an actual question. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah,
but
of course.
It's also like, you used to be able to drop these games because putting additional content into these games wasn't a thing, but now that it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it adds a different dynamic to the whole structure of how these games are designed and released.
But I think, and I agree with you, but I think the problem is that the games before, like you said, they would come out and you couldn't add new stuff. So it was just like everything had to be on the disc. But I think the problem is that because that's how they were, I think people expect that you have at least that many characters or at least that much content at launch for something you are now paying $60 for, you know, 2 decades later. I think people just expect that, and that the DLC and the extra content or whatever, it shouldn't hinder the base roster. It should just mean that we're getting more cool stuff like later on. It means that we're getting like other weird characters like Paper Mario or EGAD or whatever. Like, that would be really cool. And people would genuinely,
expect us to get excited for Koopa Troopa.
Again, I cannot believe, like, to me, like, there really was nothing more offensive than a Mario spin-off game not releasing with Daisy. Like, that was to me, that was like that's when I knew like everything was just ruined, because like Daisy is the face of the spin-offs. You don't have the Mario Sports spin-offs or parts or anything without Daisy, you know?
Is that the only one she's not in?
Yeah.
I mean, she's in it now.
Yeah.
Like, she is the face of this spin-off. So the fact that they were getting away with like making Daisy releasing a big deal is like, and I think also like the worst part with like Nintendo structure too is like, it's so inconsistent. Like, it's like, if it was guaranteed every month you get a 2-character drop, like, I'd be happy, right? But when it's like, sometimes it's a month,
it's
sometimes
random.
it's 3. Yeah, it's like you wake up and there's a Twitter post. Like, I would much rather have a roadmap. Dude, they added golf to Switch Sports like 7 months later.
That is also wild to me.
Like, I cannot, like, the fact that like, why did golf take that long? And like, it's insane to me. Like, a game like Switch Sports should have been something where like every 2-3 months you got a new sport, not 7 to 8 months to add golf to it.
And you bring up a good point too regarding like that there's no real consistency to it at all. Like some months they'll do 3, some months they'll do 2. But with like the Mario sports games in particular, I think if those characters that were all probably developed at the exact same time as the base game were just in the base game,
Absolutely.
they could actually have people buy DLC if they did interesting and weird and
100%,
different
yeah.
characters. Like if Mario Tennis Aces or Mario Strikers or whatever all launched with all the characters that they had by the end of their DLC at launch, then they could do DLC packs like how
I would
Smash
much
Brothers or
rather
Mario or
pay
whatever.
They could have done like
And-
a season pass.
And people would easily pay money for that and would be
Absolutely,
looking
yeah.
forward to like what weird character is going to be added.
I always want to
No, I mean,
bring this
it's
back
like they're
up.
losing money on it.
Yeah.
When you talk
because,
about
like,
aces, I just want to bring this up real fast.
Yeah,
Dry
yeah, yeah.
Bones and Kamek are in the single player game.
Exactly.
They
Right,
didn't come out till
right.
almost a year later.
Yeah.
That makes
Right.
no sense.
Because to me,
That doesn't make
Nintendo
any sense
knows
to
their
me.
value too. Because like
Of course.
Nintendo charging for tracks in Mario Kart and charging for Smash characters, they do that because they know the base game had a ton of value and that people will be willing to pay for that. You know, to me, when Nintendo does the free DLC, that means you know that you're dropping
Game's
these
not gonna
because
be
the
good.
game isn't done. You know,
Yeah,
like
right.
and you're making it look like it's free content.
See, the only one I actually was not bothered by it for was ARMS. Because at least ARMS, they were all
Yes.
brand new characters,
Yeah.
brand new stages.
Yeah.
It was all like they were adding extra other stuff along with it where they would
Yeah.
add different modes and different. So with
Yeah, they
ARMS,
also
I
they
didn't
did
mind.
something like every month.
Right,
with
and
ARMS.
it was
Yeah.
consistent. They did multiple updates to it, and again, it was new content. You didn't know what
Right.
to expect. Whereas, like with the Mario sports game, just like you said, Fidel, you expect Daisy. With
Yeah.
Mario Tennis, like you said, McDareth, you expected Dry Bones and Kamek because they're in the base game. Why they're not there
Yeah.
day one? It's mind-boggling to me.
Also, it's a small thing, but please, Nintendo, stop pretending Mario Odyssey isn't a thing. You invented so many
Yeah.
little cool characters in that
Right.
game. Like,
Right.
how is Cappy not like a character, like a Luma or
Everywhere.
something type character? Like Cappy is the face of Odyssey. You have those little Toast Arena people.
Yeah, little
How do you
skull
not have a new
guys.
Donker for fun? Like, yeah,
the rabbits even.
the pandas, the like what are the panda? Not the pandas, but like the bears from the snow area. Like they made
Yep.
so many little cool characters in Odyssey that like, because that was what I always looked forward to. When a new Mario game came out, all the spin-offs would start introducing content and stuff from that game. But all
Right,
they ever
right.
do for Odyssey is, hey, new Donk, Pauline,
Pauline.
new Donk, Pauline,
Yeah.
new Donk, Pauline.
Yeah.
Like there isn't an entire game full of like weird, cool environments
Not
and
bad
characters.
coming in
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But the crazy thing is, like I said, is they could literally make more money. If they did like an Odyssey DLC pack with like a Chivarian and a little Tostarena skeleton guy and the robots from the, Steam Gardens. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
instant money.
When it comes to Nintendo, they could always make a lot more money if we're keeping it a buck.
Absolutely,
correct.
yeah, no,
Smash
of
Bros
course.
over there
Right.
naked as hell, bro. They can make bands off
That's
a
true.
skin or two.
You're
bro.
right.
But you know
Yeah.
what's gonna make a shit ton of money for Nintendo and Illumination? That Mario movie. Look at that new
That
clip.
is true.
Yes, sir.
And actually, that's a great transition because there was only a little bit of new content that was in that little
Yeah.
commercial that they showed. Funnily enough, they called it Smash, which I thought was kind of funny that was the new name of the spot, considering they're on like a Smash Brothers looking field in the middle of a stadium.
Yeah.
But
Why'd they do the
here's
cat
Rogan.
suit like that?
that's one thing, is they introduced the cat suit for the first time. Donkey Kong makes a joke, and we hear Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong
Yeah,
for
and
the
he's
first
Seth
time
Rogen.
in this as well. And he threatens to kill Mario the same way Fidel said he killed me at Disneyland.
Yes, absolutely.
So what's up with
not
that?
the same way. Not the same way. Like
No, you're right. It wasn't the same. That wouldn't be in a Disney movie.
said,
you're
"Now
right.
you
Or
die."
Illumination
Yeah, yeah.
movie or whatever. right.
now, what I will. I mean, I just look, man. This movie, not a single person in this like who's on the cast. I'm not worried about a single person. I'm not worried about a single person in this cast. I heard everybody who I need to hear before because I knew Seth Rogen was going to be good. I'm good, bro. Like there's no way this movie is like not
Oh,
it's
it's
like
gonna be
actively bad.
incredible.
There's no
It's
way this
gonna
movie
be
is actively bad.
fantastic.
I don't know if it's
gonna
going to
be
be
really
good,
good.
but
It's
there's
gonna
no-
be good,
Like
man.
it's gonna be good.
I feel like it's just one of those movies you just smile the entire time, whether it's something you see that you, because what I love about it is like, it's not like, because like for example, like with Sonic movie, they pull stuff from like the games they're in that era of, like like Sonic movie 1, will reference like Green Hills or Sonic Movie 2 will be like, you know, have elements from Knuckles and 2, whereas like with Mario movie, it just feels like here's like the Mushroom Kingdom is the entirety of Mario, you know, so you can have the cat suit, you can have the Tanuki, you can have the town that references stuff from 3D World, 3D Land, like it's grabbing things from across the whole series, so it doesn't feel like it's segmented or weird, you know, and like and everything about that world you've seen so far looks like a love letter. I mean, everything even about this chair, like the way he's hitting the power up, even like the cat suit, like looks perfectly done from the games. You have all the Kongs in the background and everything, like even the way the blocks are laid out, it's just everything about it's like well crafted.
This shit gonna be way better than any Sonic movie, bro. On God.
I honestly think
maybe you're right.
I think that this 2023 is the year for animation and movies, because we're gonna have Super Mario. We kind of had the little cheat, the little late Puss in Boots. We're gonna have Spider-Verse. What was that other movie? I was literally just thinking about it. Damn, I was thinking about another one, but there's like a lot of big hitters with animations now, and people got to put some respect on it because they're actually very, very good movies. I'm looking at you.
I have simultaneously interesting and funny information.
Let's hear it.
So, you know, remember Pokemon Sleep?
Yes.
Yep.
Sure.
So, someone discovered that if you went to PokemonSleep.com, it redirected to a patent that was filed by the Pokemon Company. They fixed this, but the patent was dated November 17th, 2022, so it's still being worked on. But what's interesting is that we have information on what the game is actually going to be like. The patent is called Gamification of Health Awareness Based on Sleep Patterns, and lengthily discusses how the game will be designed to measure and reward healthy sleep patterns. Below is the abstract from the patent, which is the summary of everything the patent details. A user breathes a virtual life form by practicing good sleep habits and stays motivated towards practicing good sleep habits while enjoying the virtual life form. A game server manages the progress of a breeding game of a virtual life form. The game server, including circuitry configured to acquire sleep data. What the fuck are they doing?
Okay,
Yeah,
so it sounds to me like it's not a game. It's like a wellness app. Is that what they're called? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it sounds like that's what it is. It's not a game. It's a wellness app. Like, which is like fine.
I'm happy for you, or sorry that happened.
What? Man, you're posting about some bullshit fucking raid shit. Shut up.
What?
What's exactly going on?
What are you
What is
talking
this
about?
that you're
No, what's
posting
good
about?
with
What
y'all,
is this? Is this still more of the Final Fantasy 14 thing?
Oh yeah, we're fucking toast, dude.
So how are you toast? You're not cheating when you're playing the game, are
Bro,
you?
but they're gonna fucking nuke all mods whatsoever from Orbit after this shit. Like it's
Good.
done.
I hope you all suffer.
But like, what mods
wrong
are you
with
worried
you?
about in Final Fantasy 14? Like, what do you mod in the game currently?
So it's like add-ons. So it's stuff like
Warchamp
Most of the
specifically.
people that mod do it to cheat or ERP, so I don't give a fuck.
Warchamp specifically mods shit to look pretty when he takes pictures. That's really what he does.
Yeah, I got shaders, bro.
It's mainly just lighting.
I would want the damage tracker so I can follow along how I'm doing pull
Yeah,
in a fight.
There's a lot of helpful quality of life stuff as well. Like there's
If they end
there's some harmless stuff. There's some questionable stuff. There's
Yeah.
some things that make the game behave the way it should have the whole time. Like for example,
There's a plugin that literally calls out the boss's moves. and
yeah, that's
bullshit.
called yeah. We don't like that one. That one's basically straight up cheating.
The damage tracker though sounds like something that would be good.
Yeah,
It
that one's
is.
like, that one's like damage
That's
meters,
fine,
which
that's
is like a
harmless. It doesn't
staple
do
of,
anything.
of World of Warcraft, and it's just for like getting a bearing of
Like how well you're doing.
How you're
Yeah.
doing,
And,
right?
like,
Exactly.
The only reason it's not officially in the game is because they don't want to give players a tool to basically shit on
Be
other people. because
toxic.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
that
if
makes
they add
sense.
You know
it
what?
Sure.
You know what they
officially.
should do, Warchamp? I just had this idea. They should make it so you can only enable that in a full party. Like it's a set. Like
I'd be fine with that.
you know what I
cool.
mean?
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
like that because like in the game you would have no other reason to use it.
The problem is that if that becomes the case, so this is one thing I really like about the FF14 devs is that they are always very, very mindful of what is going to be like the eventuality, like what is like they understand that like MMO players are going to constantly race to the bottom on like whatever fucking shit they're doing. So like this is the reason why a lot of dungeons now don't have any branching paths, because they know that the community is going to figure out whichever path is fastest.
Yeah.
And they're only going to do that, and they're going to shit on people that aren't doing the fastest path. So they don't have branching paths in dungeons anymore. They put walls into the dungeon so that if you want to try and pull like 5 groups of mobs, you can only pull like 2 at a time, and then the wall goes down, and then you can pull like the next 2, because they know if they create the opportunity for someone to pull the entire dungeon at once and then pop their immunity, players are going to do it. And then when some healer who's still learning the game like can't keep up and they all die, they're going to get raged on. So like the devs are very conscious of something like that. So giving damage meters only to full parties is just going to push people into only using Party Finder, so that they always have a full party for any content they're doing, because they want to have damage meters. And then the duty finder is just going to be empty for any real content. And then like it's going to go down that spiral. So I understand why they don't do it, but like stuff like damage meters is pretty innocent as far as the mods go. Things obviously start getting a lot murkier when you have stuff like automatic callouts for mechanics, which does exist and which is a problem, and is honestly a big way that like WoW itself works. Like WoW has an actual add-on system. They have deadly boss mods, they have weak auras, they have big wigs, they have stuff like that, and the game is designed with that in mind. And
yeah, the second you have something like that, you just have to design all the fights around the fact that people will have this stuff. But it leads down a tread, it leads down a like slippery slope of, because you know people have it, they keep making more and more convoluted things because everyone has a boss mod to track this thing that you have to track or you die.
Yeah.
Warchamp GOAT shot caller, by the way. Warchamp GOAT.
Thank you. Yeah, like if you tried to do current WoW content with no add-ons whatsoever,
it's not
you would fall over and die. It is literally impossible.
Really?
The prevalence of them is just an expectation. There's actually a really good video essay talking. It's titled something like "Why Being Bad at World of Warcraft Makes You an Asshole," and it talks about a lot of this, about how of like the social like
what kind of titles
implications of just like having the option out there to get these add-ons that like tell you how to play the game and then not using them, and like the understanding that if you're in a party of 5 people and 4 of them are optimizing and you yourself are not,
and you're not,
you are now going out of your you're now playing in a way that like is ruining other people's fun.
Dang, that's crazy, because I play Final Fantasy 14 as Samurai. I don't even know half of the things I'm supposed to do. I just have a good time, and that usually carry me.
And the game does a lot of stuff, like it does a lot of stuff to foster that environment.
And I'm like, not to say that I'm not trying to learn, but it's just that there's so many different things. Like I know my basic combos when I'm playing Samurai. I know like what move goes after what next move, but like I'm not actively trying like, I need to have every single little thing optimized and I have to do every little thing in this exact order. I just play however I feel like playing.
If all you're doing is like story content and just regular dungeons, that's absolutely fine. Like
right.
Especially as a
like
DPS.
I don't have raid nights or anything. Yeah, exactly.
Well, especially since Roger, everyone knows that the real end game content of Final Fantasy 14 is just crafting nice things to make you feel good.
Which is what
everyone knows that. I like to cook. And it's very fun. And I'll cook, and I'll cook in Limsa, or I'll go to Charlian, and I'll cook like end game raid food, and I'll just walk up to people and be like, "Hey, you want a burger?" And I'll just hand people burgers, and so I'll just literally do that.
Big Macs.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking Whoppers. That's true. I do got the best. You know what I'm saying? You come through, bro. Come down to Tito's Buns and Buffs. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I don't like that name, bro. Ain't nobody going to no Tito's Buns, bro.
Tito's Buns and Buffs.
Ain't nobody going to Tito's Buns, bro.
No. It's a stall, bro. It's a stall, bro.
No.
No one can go in the stall, bro. I just walk up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Buns and Buffs, bro. What are you talking about?
That'd be about it if I want on a different data center.
So there's a lot of things that the game doesn't have, like damage meters, for reasons that like the community is just going to turn into assholes eventually. It's somewhere down the line. It's going to be the eventuality. So the game doesn't have it, and the devs have a stance of like don't fucking talk about it. Like don't have this mod and then use it to be an asshole to other players. Like you will get straight up banned if you're like critiquing other players' damage output or whatever. So like they have a stance where it's like, don't talk about the mods, don't like post screenshots, don't post videos. Another thing is that there's obviously
that was quick. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, he's got a logo and everything for it.
I paid $5 for that.
Did you really?
Yeah, bro. Shout out to Sway, bro. That shit fire, bro.
Let's go this wave.
Buns and buffs.
It's fire, bro. Like niggas know me in these streets, bro. I'm a man of the people, bro. I'm really out here.
Yeah, he's not joking.
It's true. I gotta drive through and everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of mods for the game, both just like quality of life stuff. Like there was a mod for the game that made it so that on the party list where you see like all of the members in your group where it shows like their debuffs, there was a mod that showed the timers for those debuffs because you couldn't do that in the game by default, which is like really important for a lot of harder content in the game. And so in a recent patch, the developers literally added that. They added debuff timers.
Who made this quickly, bro?
A Swave, bro. Swave. I bought that shit for $5.
Yeah, he's had that for a while.
I've had that for a brick, bro. This shit fire, bro.
So you've been talking about Tito's buns this whole time, bro?
No, bro. I've been talking about it. That shit fire, bro. Fuck you, me, bro. I literally throw up the stream, cook. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, it's really out here, bro. I'm really making gold. I'm making hella money, bro.
Wait. So, Tito, you said it's a stall, right?
No, it's not really a stall. It's more of a food truck, but it's really me just going on the mount and then driving around.
Because I was gonna say if it was a stall, I'm gonna say people are really trying to get into your buns, bro.
No, bro.
I have actual important news.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yo, what you trying to say? That's not nothing more important than Tito's buns, bro.
Hey!
Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. I was literally like zoned out. I was dissociated. I don't know what's going on. Anyway.
No, Shofu, I can't go get that shit off,
paying
bro.
attention. Unbelievable.
I'll close up the 14 chatter real quick.
So yeah, I heard Final Fantasy 14 stuff, and then I just started like drooling and like zoned out.
Unless this is like super important, I'll finish up.
Anyway,
there's
so
a lot of drama right now.
This is Final Fantasy related. Power Wash Simulator is getting Final Fantasy 7 themed content.
Oh, yeah. That was a while ago.
That's kind of weird.
Look, what the fuck is this?
What the heck?
You can wash Cloud's bike.
Special?
Oh my god.
That's kind of cool, actually.
I think it's got another DLC pack from another game as well.
Bro, I'm just
They did the Tomb Raider
you can wash
mansion,
Cloud's bike.
Bro, I'm really realizing, like, now that you said Final Fantasy 7, like, you know how many, like, blockbuster games are coming out this year? It's really crazy. FF7, okay, so we got Street Fighter 6, RE4 Remake, FF7, whatever that shit, FF7 2, but not really.
I don't think.
FF7 reimagined.
So I don't think it is.
So they said the next winter, which could be December, November, or could be January, February of next year.
I'm gonna count that shit. So like,
I think it'll be this year.
I think it's gonna be in December.
Spider-Man,
a lot of it, Spider-Man.
I think a lot of it depends on the success of 16. I think if 16 sees Final Fantasy 12 success versus Final Fantasy 7 success, I could see them getting out Final Fantasy 7 2 later this year. I think if 16 does really well, I think they might hold off until early
forgot about 16, bro.
Year. Yeah, 16.
Like 16, fucking FF7 maybe, but FF16, you got Spider-Man, you got Street Fighter 6, you probably, I'm gonna say right, you probably got Project L, you got Breath of the Wild, you got Inhale of the Wild 2. You got and I know y'all don't give a shit about, but it is a big game. Y'all got Harry Potter in like 2 weeks. That's a big ass game.
Starfield is their big Xbox
Starfield
game.
is a huge game for like this shit really about to be jumping. Tekken 8, bro.
Plus all, if you think about it too, all the big Nintendo games that are still not announced. Like I know we've had this discussion a bunch on the show, and we'll probably save it for whenever they end up doing a
segue from that.
Okay.
Perfect.
Can I finish?
No. Go ahead. Finish what you're gonna say.
I
was just thinking out loud because I'm way too fucking high.
That's
like
totally fine.
This is super drama in 14, but also it's actually really funny because of how
let's hear it.
Oh yeah.
So like there's all these mods and stuff, whatever. And so right now there's a new piece of content in the game. It's an ultimate difficulty. There are 5 total in the game at this point. They've added 2 during this expansion. It is super, super hard content. During the last ultimate that came out, there was a lot of people that were like streaming it, like, you know, people stream this game, whatever. There's a lot of people streaming it who had like mods visible on stream, and up till that point, like they've always been kind of like, they don't do anything unless they're told. But for whatever reason, during the last ultimate, a lot of like English-speaking North American and European players were just getting cooked by Japanese players. Like, oh, look at these, like all these Western players with their mods just blatantly on stream, like just flaunting it, whatever. And like they reported a ton of people, and like people actually got like banned for like using mods because there was stream footage of them doing it, so like they can't really deny it. And so like a lot of Japanese players went crazy on like getting all of these players banned.
Nah,
and shit.
Fidel gotta get arrested. We're done.
Hey yo! What do you mean?
Okay, I know. As War Champ, I respect you. You're my homie, but I'm really gonna need to get the Fidel the fuck out of here for the rest of the episode because there's no way on God's green earth I read what I just read. There's no way, bro.
So to clarify, for the podcast, please. Read in the chat. So earlier, while War Champ was talking about FF14, Fidel said, "How did I shower, come back, and FF14 is still here?" And Shofu responds to that saying, "You don't shower, shut up." To which Fidel replies to Shofu saying, "You don't shower," with "I will take a picture for you."
Like I just want to know, like, what did you think would happen? Like, I just want to know. Like, really? Like, do you really think you're untouchable here? Like, that must be what it is.
Did he really say for you, or was that Roger Flair?
I was Roger Flair.
The for you was implied. The for you was implied.
This is crazy.
I just don't like he really thinks, bro, that he can't get cooked. Like, that has to be what it is.
Bro, I just didn't.
War Champ, you run the Discord, bro. Get him the fuck out of here, bro. Get him the fuck out of here, bro.
You're right.
You run the Discord, bro. Thank you. Anyway, War Champ, my friend, go ahead and continue what you were saying now that freak is gone.
So yeah, during the last Ultimate DSR, Japanese players complained and reported a whole bunch of North American players who had mods visible in their stream. Like there was this whole like rampage, blah blah blah. Yoshi P, the director for the game, made this big blog post like, "Oh, I was very disappointed in the community." Like, we really don't want people. We really don't want people. What the fuck, dude? There's no way.
Don't click the goddamn link, bro. Don't click the link. Snark, you're streaming. Snark, you're streaming right now. What the fuck you doing here?
Snark, I know that's the shit ass dog.
Oh my god, bro!
I'm not clicking.
Let War Champ get his shit off, man.
In the URL, bitch.
What do you mean? It's all over that bed.
Oh my god.
Yo, this show sucks, bro.
What the fuck is wrong?
Big disappointed father post from the director of the game about all these people using mods and shit after he's been very clear about like, yeah, people shouldn't use mods and they shouldn't publicize it, blah 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 blah, or else we're gonna be forced to take action. Yada yada yada. This Ultimate comes out, and one of the top guilds just like killed it today at like 1 p.m. Eastern. And then like 2 hours later, leaked footage comes out on an unlisted video that they were using a zoom hack to be able to see all of the mechanics easier, which is like a big deal on this fight in particular because there's so much shit going on and it's like super difficult to understand everything that's happening. And so like not only is that kind of above and beyond a lot of the normal quality of life mods, but like
that's just cheating.
A zoom hack is literally just cheating. Like, you can see debuff timers on your party members by like clicking through them, before they added it to the game properly.
Sure.
You can see that, like, that information is there. You can't with anything, no matter what, like zoom the camera out. Like, and this was like 4 times farther than the camera like ever goes. Like, they can see fucking everything. It is absurd. And this is like a Japanese guild after like all of these Japanese players were like losing their minds over North American players cheating. So it's like, it's insane. And it came out like very recently that apparently the reason that footage leaked is because that guild had like the 8 people that were playing the game, and they had 3 other people that were outside of the game, like helping, like doing an analysis, like looking at the mechanics, understanding, like creating strategies. So they had 3 people helping, and apparently the deal was that after they finally cleared it and had the fight figured out, the 3 people helping would sub in for 3 of the people that had cleared it
and get it clear.
And then get it clear.
I get you.
And then apparently after they cleared it, the 8 people who actually cleared it said, actually, nah, fuck that. And so one of the support guys just leaked the footage of them blatantly cheating. And so they're all going to get fucking nuked from orbit. And there's probably going to be
all their accounts are going to be gone. And
they're getting toasted 100%.
Man.
And like, there's probably going to be a huge crackdown on mods now, is because
they're
of this.
Cheating.
This is 2 Ultimates in a row where it's been a problem, and now it's like, not only is it happened again, not only has it been even like more cheating than's ever been seen before, this visibly in the race. But now it's getting covered on shit like Yahoo News Japan and shit. Like
that's tough, man.
This is gonna be everywhere. Like mods are fucked, dude. Like they ruined it for everyone.
The nice thing is, people who play Final Fantasy 14, they probably like JRPGs, right? And you were talking about the quality of life features that some of these mods might add. And I know one thing in particular, it's going to add to my quality of life in February, and that's the release of Octopath Traveler 2. I am so unbelievably excited for this game. And Tito, when you were talking about all the different games that are still coming out throughout the course of this year,
that was done
game.
too.
Oh, I know. You keep going. But Octopath Traveler 2 is literally next month. And
I was going to mention how 2023 is just JRPG year.
It's nonstop. Even with Switch, though, you've got with Switch next month. You've got Octopath Traveler 2. You've got the Kirby Return to Dreamland port. You've got Tales of Symphonia
I have a whole
Remastered.
List here if you want me to just go off on the RPGs.
That Blanc game, that cute
just
little
post it.
Blanc with the little wolves. There's so much content still coming. Also, when you were bringing up stuff that's coming out later in the year, you completely forgot to mention Pikmin 4 too. We're getting a new Pikmin for the first time in like a decade. You've got tons of other JRPGs coming out. Zeph just linked a list.
Now, Roger, I just have a quick. Diablo 4. I have a quick question, Roger.
Also,
I just have a quick question, and I do. This is very serious.
Yeah.
This is a question directed at Shofu. Shofu, is he here?
I don't think so.
Nah,
he's not here. Never mind.
After that fucking Fidel shit, he's gone.
I was gonna say, what happened?
Nothing happened.
What are you gonna say, Coast?
You're gone.
Is that the wind?
But anyway, JRPGs and shit. Like, go ahead.
Well, let's see. What else do we have? We already talked about a couple
of
these.
I'm looking here. I'm like scrolling down.
Okay, Mega Man Battle Network.
Yo, join and leave again.
It's not me.
New Ease. We've got Dragon's Dogma 2. You've got the HD 2D Dragon Quest remake for Dragon Quest 3. You've got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Oh, I forgot about this. We've got Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, which is the that like remake of Final Fantasy VII that's done in the classic style. That's turn-based. What? I completely
it's like a phone game, right?
That. Okay.
Yeah. You've got
we're talking only JRPGs? Yeah.
Can we pause for
yeah,
just one
go ahead.
second?
Yeah.
So someone was kicking Fidel out of this channel or moving him out of this channel repeatedly.
Was that you?
No, it wasn't me. But he retaliated by moving me out of the channel.
I thought it was you.
So he has now had his Team Japan time role on the Discord.
All right, he's gone.
Which means when I disconnect him this time, he can't.
Ricky?
Ricky?
Ricky? Yeah, of course it was.
Ricky. Of course it was Ricky.
You know what's crazy is that Ricky hasn't said shit for an hour and a half.
How did
Fuck Ricky
people
Cocaine.
just leave call? What just happened?
Because everyone just tried to disconnect Fidel.
Fuck Ricky Cocaine.
Dang, Ricky's actually gone now. That's fine. He wasn't talking for the last hour anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to make some sacrifices.
So, were you talking about only JRPGs, Roger, or were you mentioning just other games?
We were just talking about JRPGs.
Oh, okay. Because I'm looking. I got the list here. Like,
what do you mean? Yeah, I thought you're gone. Why are you here, Ricky?
Oh, okay. You're right.
Did y'all?
You know
okay,
I thought we were just talking about.
Did y'all? Yeah,
I
also
about that Kirby
did y'all
box art leak.
Go ahead. Yeah, by all means.
The Kirby box art leak.
Go ahead.
You guys see this?
No,
I don't even know what the second word you said is, fam.
Box art
leak. You said
leak.
I heard that there's like some new post game shit or something.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the back of the box for Return to Dreamland Deluxe leaked, and it says it's going to feature a post game story mode featuring the antagonist Magalore.
Okay.
And that was like, I feel like that's a big deal because that's the post game adventure modes is typically where they hide all like the big super bosses.
Yeah, so I actually wanted to jump off of this exact topic. I think Mike, you might agree with me. You think there's a direct this week or next week?
Maybe. I mean, they have a lot. They could talk about.
Okay, let me say so it's not just me fucking saying random shit.
What's that? Hold on. Oh, I can't be on call right now. Well, hold on. Give me 1 second.
What? It's just actually. I mean, I guess Roger. It's sort of a leak. Anyway, a Nintendo employee fucked up and they uploaded a video. Do you guys remember when Nintendo did those
game voucher?
Yeah, you guys remember when Nintendo did those vouchers where you could like buy one game and get another game free?
Yeah.
Oh.
and those were revealed in a Nintendo Direct. They uploaded a video of them doing that again, but it hasn't been announced yet, and now that video's removed.
Oh, because it's in a Direct. I understand.
How you fucked around and upload some shit by accident?
I mean,
Well, I think they made it
I'm not going to
public
talk about that
by
right now, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of weird little things. It's that time of the year where
there
there's
was a lot of
weird...
rumors over the weekend, like specifically for Nintendo stuff, like the
Advance
Kirby
Wars
thing,
popped
the
back
baseball
up.
thing. Yeah, Advance Wars.
Advance Wars. Zelda got an NSU, which is like what is that? It's like an ID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zelda and Advance Wars both got one. It's just a bunch of stuff starting to add up. So it's just a matter of time.
So speaking of, we were just talking about some shit, about some games
You
that
can
are
come
coming
back,
out
Roger.
this year. Yeah, you can, yeah. We were talking about some games that were coming out this year. Chauvin, now that you're here,
What's up?
we were talking about games that are coming out this year. You know what game I don't even know exists anymore?
Which one?
Where the fuck Little Devil Inside at, bro? Where the fuck that game at?
Bro, we've been waiting on the damn meat store, man.
Where the fuck? No, the Schmeat store. Where is it? Like, where's that game? Where the fuck is that game at? Does anyone remember this game?
The
In
one in the
chat?
PlayStation thing?
No,
What the heck is a Schmeat store?
The Little Devil Inside?
Yeah, the
that
PlayStation guy with the old man in the tub?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm still confused that I came back to hear Schmeat store and
Okay,
nothing's been explained.
Roger, do you remember in the first, I think it was like the first or second PS5 State of Play, they showed a game where it was called The Little Devil Inside. It was like this claymation 2D.
I remember.
Where is that game? We haven't seen it like since. And that was the game with the Schmeat store.
I don't remember the Schmeat store, but I remember that
I got
game.
you, bro.
The old guy goes to the Schmeat store.
Now, speaking of games, real quick, other thing, because I'm just going through all these games that are coming out this year. Have y'all seen this? This is the leaked multiplayer screen of Justice League, of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Yeah,
this shit looked like Call of Duty, bro.
I can't believe this leaked, and then like a week later they announced Avengers is shutting down.
This
That
shit
is wild.
leaked,
You would
bro.
think they learned their lesson.
This shit leaked,
Also,
bro.
I'm looking at it right now. That Little Devil Inside game was revealed. It seems like it was 4 years ago. It was revealed in a State of Play in October 2021. So it's only been about a year and a half.
Okay, but still, that's long as shit.
It feels like it was announced a long, long time ago, though. Yeah.
That feels long. That feels like a very long time to like what? Where is that game?
I mean,
there's
to
no
be-
way that
to be
there's
fair-
no
To
way
be
that
fair,
game is
Metroid
taking that long.
Prime- Metroid Prime 4, to be fair, the reboot of Metroid Prime 4, not the original thing that they announced at E3, the reboot was 3 years ago. No. It was 4 years ago.
What I'm saying,
That was
right, is that
actually 4 years ago when
When
it
y'all
started
got that,
developing
y'all got only a logo because that's all they had. We've seen the
sure.
game.
Yeah.
Like we've
Yeah.
seen gameplay, like
I guess
multiple
that's
sections.
true.
Like where is the game? That game probably ass, but like I'm gonna play it at this point. Like fuck.
It is weird that it's been like 4 years and we don't even know what Metroid Prime 4 looks like.
Probably soon. I'd imagine that if not the next Direct by E3, we will. Though Nintendo's not going to be at E3, I'm sure they're still going to do like a summer Direct thing. So
I
know
just
we
can't
talked
wait
about
for
that
like
earlier, but
25 years from now where they leak the Bandai Namco build on Twitter.
Oh, of Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. I do feel like that's going to be one of those things years from now, where like people are always pulling for the beta sprites out of the Space World.
Did we
Gold
ever
and
bring
Silver
that
game.
up? The Rayman 4 prototype?
Oh no, we didn't.
No,
we didn't.
I brought it up slightly in one of the older episodes, but
Wait,
I
what's
don't
the
think it
Rayman
was
4 prototype?
Brandon has a girlfriend, bro.
So Rayman Raving Rabbids, you remember that game, right?
Yeah, of course.
It was originally going to be a Rayman 3D platformer. Like that was going to be Rayman 4 until they retooled it into being like a minigame collection.
Okay.
And so the prototype from like the initial teaser trailer where it was a 3D platformer, that leaked. And people have been like going through it for like 3 weeks now, 4 weeks, a month. And we've seen like tons of levels, enemies, bosses, just like all this stuff we saw from that teaser trailer and more have been coming up with that.
Is that the thing that I was seeing on Twitter a couple days ago where it was like he's flying on the back of a shark or something?
Yeah.
Okay. I did actually hear about this, but I thought that was just some weird fan game thing. I didn't realize it was actually like an official game. Yeah,
There's a lot of neat stuff in there.
We never really got another 3D Rayman. We got like the 2D ones.
They made the Rabbids, and Ubisoft
and that was it. Yeah,
is over there rehashing content over and over again.
That
Rayman
reminds me.
just got
Speaking
left.
of Rabbids, McDareth, and actually, since we're on the topic anyway, right now, that actually came out in the Ubisoft report from last week as well. That Rabbids: Sparks of Hope severely underperformed. That game did not do very well.
I'm not surprised.
I'm kind of surprised because the first one did really well.
Yeah, but the first one did okay at launch, but that game had a lot of help from word of mouth about how good that game was. Like that game had a surge in sales like 4 to 5 to 6 months later. Like in terms of like its initial release, it like sold really well. It sold really well later, but like because everyone's like, bro, this game is actually really fucking good. This game is just it's just not as good, unfortunately. It's just not.
I want to say like I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but there's like nothing to really talk about with this game.
No,
other than just like it's either better or worse than the original. Like,
you know, I think I thought about it more since we talked about it on the show the first time because I thought it was a very well-made game and I enjoyed playing it. But where I really think they screwed up, like severely, is sort of like honing in on we're making more OC Rabbid characters.
Yes.
I think
100%.
had they made like the bad guy of this game instead of doing like, oh, it's okay, spoiler alert, I guess. If anybody cares at this point.
It's not a spoiler.
But like instead of doing Rosalina captured by like this weird random nameless dark energy thing and having her not be in the game for the entire rest of the game, they definitely should have done like, oh, here's Wario as a partner. Here's Waluigi as a partner.
Where were Wario and Waluigi?
Where were they? Like any other named major Nintendo character or Mario character, like where were they? All the cool stuff they did with the Donkey Kong characters in the DLC for the first game, they could have had Cranky Kong.
That DLC is great.
Diddy, yeah, it's really good. Donkey Kong, anything like that, and they didn't do any of that. Instead, and I know some people are probably like, oh, well, Nintendo probably restricted them. No. I'm sure what happened is I'm sure this was a Skylanders situation.
Yes.
Where do you remember back when they made Skylanders, they had that developer interview and they were like, oh no, feel free to do whatever you want. Like we're giving you these characters, but feel free to make original characters. Feel free to do whatever you want. And so what they did instead, the Skylanders were like, oh cool, we'll make this new version of Bowser. We'll make this new version of Donkey Kong. And instead they were like, well, we're just going to make all these Rabbid characters and all these other new nameless creatures that nobody has any attachment to. And they took that criticism of like, oh, make new original stuff as make like OC stuff versus take the characters we're already allowing you to use and just add on top of that and make new variations of them.
It's like make whatever like whatever her name is like what's her name from Odyssey? Red dress girl? Pauline, thank you. Like Daisy is not in the game. Pauline's not in the game. Like Piranha Plant is like not really in the game at all. Really.
Waluigi.
Why am I planet hopping? Why am I planet hopping and the only characters I'm interacting with are Rabbids?
Right. Instead of like other Lumas or other Galaxy things from Galaxy or
because the thing is even the like even by the end, like I didn't mind the sparks at all actually. I think the sparks are fine. Some of them are kind of ugly, but some of them are really cute. Like some of them are like, and that's fine. But it's like if those are the OCs, and if you want to have like one. Like, if you want Edge to be the sure, whatever, dude. Like, one is fine.
One is fine.
One is fine, but like
it did seem like every bad guy in so many of the levels were like, oh, here's this new OC Rabbid that's part of this minion group of evil or something. It was just like I don't care,
bro. And every main mayor of every planet or whatever is like there's that guy who fucking is like rapping at me the whole time.
Yep, the Edgar Allan Poe guy. Yeah. There's like the mechanic rabbit lady. There's
the pop star girl.
Yeah, like too much. Yeah. Because I think to me, the peak of that game to me, like my favorite fight in that game was the Wiggler fight. Where you're fighting Wiggler on the back of the train. That fight was sick. because you got an established Mario character in like a really cool environment you haven't seen them in before, utilizing the strategy aspects of the game. Like if the game was more stuff like that, I think it would have been way better. And I think that is why the first game succeeded. Because if you remember, like the fights in that game were not random nameless OC Rabbids. It was like a Rabbid mixed with the Piranha Plant, or like the Wario and Waluigi versions of the Rabbids, or like the giant Kong Rabbid. Like they were variations of Mario characters as opposed to being nameless Rabbid characters that no one cares about.
And especially since like now, like all of the individual Rabbid versions of like the good guys, quote unquote, all have their own personality.
Right.
And
exactly.
they're actually very charming.
Yeah.
Like Rabbid Mario is fucking hilarious, bro.
Yeah,
He's so funny.
Hey, take it easy.
He just says really Italian shit just all the time, and it's very funny. So like, it's just, they should just double. Like, I think they know that, because the gameplay actually is fine. I actually think
really
the gameplay's
good, yeah.
I think the gameplay's better than the first game.
I agree.
But like, I think just everything else is worse. Like everything else is worse.
I'm coming to this from the perspective of like someone that actually likes the Rabbids.
Right.
And I got so tired of them over the course of the game. I got tired of seeing them.
That's true. The music, the music was also better. I think the 2 has better music.
The music and even like the animation during the cutscenes, I thought was phenomenal. When they were
also,
like the fully
also
animated ones.
ever again, ever voice. Like, I don't want to hear any of the Rabbids' voices outside of combat ever in life.
Yes.
I don't want to hear anybody's voice ever outside of combat ever again in life. If everybody's voices is only in combat, that's fine. But I never want to hear anybody's voice again outside of combat ever in my life, ever. In that game.
Ever?
100%.
Ever.
Never.
I still quite vividly remember you saying, Mike, that the Rabbids in this game felt like they were written or made by someone who doesn't like the Rabbids.
Right. And then I saw that tweet.
Right.
Yeah.
The director very much like upfront said he did not like the OG Rabbids.
There's the answer then, yeah.
But it's so funny because like they're the best part of the game in a lot of parts of this game.
Yeah.
The goofiness of the Rabbids actually is what makes the first one charming.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's just when you have like when everyone's being super serious and you have like Rabbid Peach taking a selfie, and it's like it's a very subtle thing, but it's just very funny.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, I don't know. Like, I love Rabbid Rosalina though. They slap with that. They went crazy with that. Rabbid Rosalina's fire.
It is a shame though, because I do feel like now the series is dead. Like
I think so too.
This seems like the kind of thing where they're going to take this bad sales return and essentially be like, this is our excuse to not make another one, instead of actually look back at what made the first one succeed and expand on that. I think they're probably never going to do another one, especially because they've already invested in like a full DLC season for this game. Like, we're getting DLC with Rayman in it, like at the end of this year. So there's still a lot more for Sparks of Hope that's coming out within the next year, but it's like, I'm not playing that.
I'll probably play it.
I'll check it out.
Maybe the Rayman part I will, but like there's like that extra mansion thing they're doing, or they're building upon some of the other Rabbid characters. Like, I do not care in the slightest. Yeah. And it's a shame because I loved the Donkey Kong Adventure DLC of the first one. I thought that was like some of the best stuff that first game had to offer, period. I loved the Donkey Kong Adventure stuff. It's just a shame,
it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have minded the OC Rabbids too much if just like they were actually interesting characters.
Yeah.
It's so boring.
Speaking of interesting characters, we've been
real
going for 2
fast,
hours.
real fast.
Oh, go ahead.
Because
holy fuck, your microphone.
Please fix your mic.
What?
Your microphone's fine now. Go ahead.
Okay, because
no, it's not.
What?
You are extremely.
Yeah, you're being like muffled and robotic.
Hello.
There you go.
Yeah, that's fine. You're fine.
Okay, so with Ubisoft, because their whole company is doing pretty shitty right now, but Guillemot, the CEO, like sent an email to the team that said, "Oh, the ball's in your court for getting us back on track," and people were very not happy about that.
Well, they also delayed that Skull and Bones game again.
That
like
the sixth time.
Again. Yeah.
They delayed that. They've canceled 3 unannounced games. Like, they're
not doing good.
Pretty shitty right now.
Yeah. Speaking of people who are pretty shitty right now, Ricky, what have you been doing for the past hour and a half?
Bro, why?
I'm just curious, man. I want to know because I feel like we've been sitting here, we've been discussing a bunch of stuff, and the people want to hear from you, Ricky.
I'm still cooking. What more do you want from me? I carry
still what, bro?
You're still what?
You've had 2 hours. So what have you been working on?
Contribute to the conversation. None of you have been saying anything the entire episode. What are you talking? What more do you want from me?
What?
That's objectively not
what
true.
What have you been doing?
Ricky,
Do you
you're
have
swinging.
schizophrenia, Ricky?
Yeah, you're swinging because you know you're wrong. So I need you to try again.
I didn't get any emails from you, Ricky.
This is the problem. You guys
Fidel
like
about to hit me again.
my name constantly, and it doesn't make any sense by this time. You guys like to lie on my name. Let's just end the episode. It's that simple. I'm tired of talking. I've been talking for 2 hours.
You have not been talking.
No, he's been talking this whole time. Y'all ain't hear him, bro? I heard him.
Don't do this, Shover. Don't do this.
Nah, it's because y'all broke. He was talking money. You didn't hear nothing. I heard you, Ricky. I heard you. I heard every word you said, bro. I heard every word you said, bro.
I was talking money, but
right, like the whole time, bro. I heard you, bro.
He was saying bullshit. That's why I didn't hear him.
He's talking right now, and he's still somehow muffled. Like
Ricky talking right to a Nokia
Ricky, please
brick.
talk about money right now for the next 5 minutes, please. Floor's
5
yours.
minutes.
I got you.
Whatever you want to talk
All
about,
right.
let's hear it. Let's hear it. What do you have cooking?
Yeah,
right.
that's correct. You know what? Yeah. It's just I really
happened?
I just that guy sucks.
Where did our host go?
Sucks. All right, can the show be over?
I guess. I don't
All
know
right,
what's happening right now.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Go watch our YouTube. Subscribe on Spotify. Subscribe on YouTube. And give Shofu money with subscriptions on Twitch.
Why are you Middle Eastern?
Yahoo!
Play Grand Blue Fantasy versus Ryzen when it comes out.
He's
that too.
Right. He's right.
What is
Certainly
happening?
ain't wrong.
Fucking hell, buddy.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah.
What's happening? Why does something always have
Oh, wait,
to be happening?
is it time for MILF Monday?
Huh?
Don't